Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Ohio State Buckeyes and head coach Ryan Day are preparing for a trip up to Camp Randall this week as the Scarlet and Gray take on a familiar foe in Luke Fickell and the Wisconsin Badgers. However, yesterday during his press conference, Ryan Day was asked about his thoughts on the firing of Penn State head coach James Franklin.
Anytime you're somewhere for as long as he has, he did a lot of great things. He had a lot of great games against each other. So, when you take a chance to reflect on it all. But he's been laying on the street. He's a really good coach.
And last night in the MLB playoffs, the Los Angeles Dodgers took Game 2 of the National League Championship Series 5-1 to put LA up 2-0 in the series. The Blue Jays will take on the Mariners in the ALCS tonight. Seattle is up 2-0 in that series. This update was sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Enjoy lower rates than the national average, plus a special rate on balance transfers with a Visa Platinum or Visa with Rewards credit card.
Good morning, Columbus.
Joe, that ain't even good enough. Come on, Joe.
Wait, no. Not this one.
Frizzle F tight, F fly, pass 37 punch, waggle, help, baby dizzy, X fan on the turbo.
Thank you, baby.
Football, man.
It's time to listen to a bald, fat loudmouth
Mr. T-Bone.
and a former football player.
And that ball intercepted by Tyvis Powell.
Wow, no radio station has ever done that before.
Did it work for those people?
No, it never does. But it might work for us.
Welcome to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Welcome in. Happy Wednesday to you. Loaded show today. Plenty to get to. I'm T-Bone. He's Tyvis. Good morning, Tyvis.
Good morning, Mr. T-Bone.
How we feeling today?
I feel like $1,000,000. Yesterday I had a busy day, but today I feel like I got a busy day.
You know what I did yesterday? 3-hour nap.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's not a nap. That's going back to sleep.
Yeah, it's what I did. And I felt, you know what? Dylan, you're on that plan, right? You're napping multiple hours a day? Is that how that works? Yes.
I think yesterday I slept for about 2.5, but that's just because I had to pick up my daughter from school.
Yeah.
The days that I don't have to pick her up from school, coma.
Oh, good.
So you literally, so you go to sleep, you go home and you sit down on your couch or you lay in your bed and say, yeah, it's time to go to sleep.
I don't even use my couch. Like people watch TV in their living room. No, I go to my bedroom to watch TV.
Isn't that bad?
It is bad for you. That's probably partially why my sleep schedule is so bad. Also, being on this schedule for 6 years doesn't help it.
Yeah, because you did morning shows at other places.
Right.
Which we won't speak of.
So
Can't mention them.
My sleep that you get overnight, I get during the day.
Yeah.
My overnight sleep is more like a nap.
Mark the Shark?
No, his schedule was just psychotic.
Yeah,
Yes. He basically acted like he was working a night shift, but he was working a morning show. It's basically how he took it.
Yeah, he would sleep all day until about 5 p.m. or something like that, and then get up and be up all night. And then the next morning.
I feel guilty. Like if I take a nap, I feel guilty.
You got to get over that.
It's just so much that I have to do.
Well, that's a you problem.
I have so much to do that
you got to stop doing stuff.
I can't.
Yeah, you can.
Right now is the prime of my career because, especially with the football season, there's so much push and pull. Like it's so many different things that I have to do.
I understand that.
Like between this, doing other things for the station, for the news, for the Big Ten.
Yeah.
The UCSS, it's a lie. I have no time. The nap thing, I would totally miss something if I take.
Oh, I know that. That's why I don't have that schedule. I said no to a bunch of things, and now I do that. Now I take naps, and I feel good.
My dream for you, Tyvis, is that you stack the paper so tall that one day you're like, I don't need any of this or most of this. And you just tell everyone to kick rocks and you take naps regularly.
Except us. Can't tell us. Us you cannot say no to, but everybody else you can say no to.
That's the way that works. I don't think I'll ever live in a world where I'll be able to just tell people to kick rocks.
Good for you if I can do it.
If I was like a billionaire and somebody asked me, if a person asked me and said, hey, I want you to come on here and break this play down. Like it would still intrigue. It would fire me up.
My problem is the opposite because you're saying there'd be no amount of money that would cause you to have FU money because you'd still say, oh well, I could do it. Maybe.
Yeah, the only time I was
you
an
give
FU
me like high six figures, I may just accidentally become FU money guy when I don't really have FU money. That would be the problem. Is I would overestimate how long that money would last, and then I would be like 10 years later. Hey, remember I told y'all to F off?
See?
Like now I'm back. See? I need a little cash.
You never never know how life goes. That's why you got to be nice to everybody.
Yeah, that's right. So here's what we've got coming up today. We have Blue Jackets tickets for you. Jackets taking on the Lightning coming up Saturday. We have those tickets, but we also, of course, know the Jackets play the Avs tomorrow night. So we're going to talk to Jackets forward Charlie Coyle at 8:30. He, for a brief amount of time last year, played for the Avs, but also steady career, long career with the Bruins. So we will look forward to talking with him coming up at 8:30. In between all that, we've got NFL questions and answers in the huddle at 7. Ask Tyvis anything at 7:30. So you can tweet us your Ask Tyvis anything questions at Bone and Tyvis 971. And we will get to those at 7:30.
Maybe I wasn't listening, but I don't think you said the actual time we're giving away those tickets.
6:45. 40 minutes from right now. Ish. I mean, if we're a little late, it might be 6:47. But just get here at 6:45 and be ready. If you hear a commercial, it won't kill you. That's all I'm saying. All right. So I saw this yesterday. The big noon stuff we know with Ohio State. Everybody's sick of it. Everybody wants a big game at night, not just, oh, look, you play Minnesota at night. Yay. That's not what we're talking about. We want a real big game atmosphere for a huge game like that Tennessee game was last year. Fine. You may get your wish with Penn State, but unfortunately, I think that's exactly the problem here. So an article came out yesterday from Awful Announcing saying that Fox might not pick Ohio State, Penn State for big noon anymore. I made that joke when Penn State lost to UCLA. I tweeted out like, hey, it may not be a night. We may get our night game after all. No way in thinking that they would go out and lose again and then fire their head coach and then lose their starting quarterback. But all those things have happened now. So there is a chance the way this works in the TV world. I know, Tyvis, you know this and Dylan knows it, but for the rest of you, like the way it works in the TV world, you don't pick the game. You pick the first pick on the weekend. So Fox, because they are the big broadcast partner for the Big Ten, they get 3 picks of weekends before anybody else, CBS, NBC, etc. So they pick, obviously, the first weekend of the year. That was OSU, Texas. They pick that week, and then they can decide which of the games that week that they have the rights to they can take. They obviously took OSU, Texas. Their first or second pick always is going to be OSU, Michigan week, right? They're going to take that weekend after Thanksgiving. The third weekend they picked was November 1st, knowing that Ohio State and Penn State play. And the idea is they would probably pick OSU and Penn State. But they can theoretically pick any of the other games in the Big Ten or any of the other games they have the rights to. So now the thought is they might not pick OSU, Penn State for noon. They might let that fall to CBS or to NBC at either 3:30 or 7 or 7:30. So that's what we wanted, right? Is possibly a night game for Penn State. The problem is you're only going to get that because it's probably not expected to be a great game, which is, I just don't.
You never know. Ethan Grunkmeyer might be that guy. Did I say his last name? I think that's correct. Hold on, I'm just saying.
Could be, you know what? I'm not here to say that Penn State couldn't. Look what happened with UCLA. They fired their head coach.
Guy.
Things turned around for UCLA fairly quickly. I'm not saying Penn State couldn't be a tough out, but what I'm saying is, the only reason Fox won't take it as big noon is if they think there's a better game. And for example, USC and Nebraska, if both of them keep winning, that would be a matchup that might be more close to a top 10 matchup than a top 25 matchup like it is now. They may want that game. Yeah. I would be surprised if they don't pick Ohio State, Penn State for the noon game. But you tell me what you think, Tyvis.
I think that they will continue. The USC Nebraska will be interesting if both teams are still where they are. They still got that same one loss in the conference. That would still be a really good game. But I tell you what, it's just so many storylines between Ohio State and Penn State. One, it's a historic rival. You know, you're not going to get it. I don't think they're on the schedule after this.
I think after this, it goes back to being like one of those, like Illinois, where you play them every so often, but not every year.
So this Penn State's ducking Ohio State, but that's a totally different story.
Yeah, we're not even going to go down that road. But you still got the Jim Knowles thing coming back to Columbus, so that's still there. You still got, now you have a kid that's from Columbus, Ohio, playing against the Buckeyes. And probably be his second or third start at that point.
Right.
If they're winning, if they find a way to win games, let's see who they got this week.
Yeah, I'd have to look at the schedule.
They play Iowa,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that could be. I saw people predicting that could be like a 7-6 type of game.
They play Iowa this week. They on a bye, and then we on a bye, and then we play, and they play Ohio State. So coming off of a bye, depending on what he looks like in this Iowa game, because that Iowa defense is always going to be tough. If he looks good and they win this game, it still make it a pretty interesting game. I still think they keep it.
For all the reasons you mentioned, this is why I still think it's going to be a big noon game. I understand people want it to be 3:30 or 7:30, but it would be a small victory, right? Or a hollow victory, because if it happens, it's only happening if James Franklin was there, if they had won these last 3 games, if they're undefeated, Ohio State, Penn State are both top 5. There's no way it's not a noon game. So it's not like the trend would have been bucked. It's just something like that was catastrophic for their program had to happen, and then this game could get bumped down. I still think Ohio State moves the numbers. Fox wants a ratings win. They know Ohio State and Penn State will still outdraw any other college football game that weekend. Promise you.
I do think, just for the sake of this is the last time that this is going to happen for a couple of years, like I feel like you got to take it. And then, again, you want to see Ryan Day and Brian Hartline versus Jim Knowles. It's beef. I don't care what nobody say. It's beef there. So they're gonna call their best stuff against each other.
Yeah, the awful announcing people pegged it at like 30%. That it would be a 30% chance that Fox would move off of this game for Big Noon and put it somewhere else.
I get what you guys are saying. I disagree, though. I think USC and Nebraska are big enough brands to move the needle on Big Noon. And if, like Tyvis said, if they're both at 1 loss, that essentially is the battle for one of the last remaining playoff spots, in my opinion. And someone on the show said USC and Nebraska would be fighting for those spots. I'm not going to say who, but yeah.
Well, USC got a big one this week. They playing Notre Dame,
right?
So.
Right, and that's part of it. So Fox they technically have a 6-day window that these networks can choose when they want to. If they have a situation like this where there's a bunch of games that are up in question and maybe pending results, they might pick different games for their weekend. They can use the 6-day window. So that would mean they don't have to announce it till the Sunday before the game what time it's going to be.
And Nebraska plays Minnesota, which Minnesota can be tough.
Right. Like I said, the caveat would be both those teams having 1 loss. And if that does happen and Ohio State, Penn State gets knocked off of Big Noon, to all the people that like to complain about it, I would like to say, be careful what you wish for, and good for you if Ohio State and Penn State ends up not being at noon, because it's just not a marquee matchup anymore.
Yeah. I would just add, I think everything you're saying is right. I think, though, you have to remember the vast majority of people who watch college football don't pay attention to it the same way we do, where we're looking at, it's 2 teams with playoff implications. I think a lot more people would look at it and go, big brand, Ohio State, Penn State, good. I know they fired their coach, but still, it's Ohio State, Penn State. That will get people to tune in. It's the same reason why, whether they're good, bad, or ugly, you get Dallas versus Philly, Dallas versus New York, Dallas versus Washington every other weekend at 4 p.m. or at 8:30 or at Monday night, because Dallas and those East Coast teams are all big market, big brands. And whether they're good or bad, it doesn't matter. They still put them in prime time because they know people will flip it on for the brand. I think Ohio State, who obviously we are great now, but Penn State still is a huge brand. I think that still gets taken at noon over those other games. But we'll find out.
For what it's worth, Ohio State, Penn State, the lowest ticket right now is $163. And USC, Nebraska, the lowest ticket is $117.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But to your point about people not watching it as closely, I feel like because Penn State has done this, that the storyline is off the Jim Knowles beef. I think us here in Columbus, we remember it, but I feel like nationally that's probably a forgotten storyline because
you could be right, too. They could just look at it as like it's a dead program, so why do I want to watch Ohio State go destroy Penn State, even though that may not happen? It still could be a very tough game because this is their Super Bowl now. This is the only game they really have to play for, everybody on that team. All right, we'll come back. The list of coaches who could be taking the job at Penn State continues to grow, but who actually should want the job? We'll talk about that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Pretty early in this 6 a.m. hour, and we're already noticing a really big crash for folks just south of Circleville this morning. It's happening on 23 in that northbound direction at Neville and Nerville Streets. All lanes were blocked in this area. We are now down to 1 left lane block, but still causing a lot of backups this morning. If you want to avoid it, take Emerson Road instead. Hop off of 23, take Kingston Pike all the way north towards the Circleville downtown area to East Main Street, eventually going back on 23 in that northbound direction. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
When your furnace or air conditioner is broke, we come out that same day. Dormar, home the 10 man.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
An incredible night of firsts.
Are you kidding me? Fox Tonight is TV's most epic game night.
I'm Rob Lowe. This is The Floor.
And the competition soars to new heights.
It is an entirely new game.
Then on 99 to beat.
Ref, I get a ref.
Ken, there's tension out there.
3 players' $1 million dreams come down to a photo finish.
We don't know who's eliminated. We gotta look back at the tape.
My heart is racing.
Tonight, starting at 8 on Fox 28.
At the end of the day, the sun sets on Central Ohio, but stories are still unfolding. Every voice, every neighborhood, every question that still needs answers. Fox 28 News at 10 is there in the quiet moments and at the turning points, digging deeper, finding solutions, lifting up the communities that shape who we are. At the end of the day, you deserve a team that's on your side. Fox 28 News at 10, always on your side.
You know that project you've been working on? Just chipping away at it, dreaming of the day you get to show it off? Then, when you're least expecting it, cancer. And finishing that project actually happens. I would know. I've been restoring this car for years, and today I'm giving it to my granddaughter. It's her 16th birthday and 2 years since my cancer diagnosis.
Mom, you finished it?
Happy birthday, boo-boo. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans to learn more.
In the spirit of Halloween, ooh, spooky, Awaken 180 is offering free consultation all month long. Find out how scary fast you'll lose the weight for free. Call 844-346-1800.
You know me, when it comes to big moments like popping the question, I always say, I've got a guy. That guy is Bob Capace at Worthington Jewelers.
Thanks, Common Man. Right now, it's our fall bridal sale. Buy one, get one 50% off. Engagement rings, wedding bands, wedding jewelry. We've got it all.
If you want sparkle, you want quality, and you want to save big, trust me, I've got a guy.
That's me. Come see us at Worthington Jewelers.
Worthington Jewelers.
Where Columbus gets engaged.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
Helping a new driver get ready for their road test? Here's a convenient new way to make the most of your 50 hours of required practice driving time. The Road Ready Ohio app, available now at no cost to new drivers and their families. Road Ready Ohio keeps track of your driving experience together, providing feedback and safe driving tips. It even generates the documentation you need for the Ohio BMV. The Road Ready Ohio app, free to download in the Apple and Google App Stores.
At the Ohio Lottery, we make Keno fun, your way. That means you pick your wager. Will it be $1, $2, a crisp $20? Your call. Like picking your own numbers, use any inspiration you like. Birthdays, jersey numbers, you name it. And if you don't feel like choosing, there's the Super Quick Auto Pick. With regular promotions that'll get you more bang for your Keno buck, multiple ways to win, prizes galore, and live draws every few minutes. Anytime is the right time to get in on the Keno action. Keno is always fun, your way. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
In the old days when people lived to be 40, you only had one option for listening to your favorite show. But now, ooh, baby, radio, podcast, the Fan app, and YouTube, ooh, just to name a few, live or on demand. You have no excuses. The Fan. Fan weather.
from the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Starting off this morning, not too chilly, but you still might need a light jacket. Daytime highs eventually getting up right around 70 degrees this afternoon with plenty of sunshine, and then for tonight, cooler with our overnight lows in the upper 30s in some spots to mid to low 40s. For Thursday, plenty of sunshine and a tad cooler as our highs get in the mid to upper 60s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfolo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
No hot takes, no dancing, plenty of stupid. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Both of these men love the Browns. Also, both of these men hate the Browns. If you know, you know. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
It doesn't faze him at all. It's just people stirring stuff up and making things, bigger than it is. And he's, I couldn't tell you he's as locked in as ever on this football game to get this win. So I just had to make sure that everybody knew that that's our head ball coach, and he ain't going nowhere. He's staying right here.
That is Nebraska quarterback Dylan Raiola talking about his head coach, Matt Rule, whose name has popped up quite a bit in relation to this Penn State job that is open. Which I'm not surprised that Matt Rule's name has popped up. He went to Penn State. He has a relationship with the AD there. But Matt Rule also talked about this yesterday. He talked about how he's got a relationship with, what's his name? Is it Pat? It's Pat Kraft, I think, is the AD there at Penn State. But the AD at Nebraska, Troy Dannon, he said, well, we've got a great relationship too.
Troy and I are in unbelievable relationship too. And Troy and I are in constant communication about this program and where we're headed. So we're investing to win, and that's just players, right? And so, there's, in a world of like $30 and $40 million rosters, which isn't going away, I'd like us to do the same thing. And there's sort of like hey, that's not really the Nebraska way, and I'd like it to be.
Oh, did you catch that, Tyvis? Because he was being super positive on Nebraska and super like, you think I got a great relationship. I love this AD. Right at the end there when he says, sometimes spending money isn't the Nebraska way, and I'd like it to be. Well, I just saw Penn State spend $50 million to fix their football program, so I'm sure they'll spend a lot of money if they hire you. I'm just saying
I laugh.
That's not gonna calm it down.
I more so laugh at the Dylan Raiola part of it because he goes, that's our head coach and he ain't going nowhere. I continue to say, if he does decide to go somewhere or when he goes somewhere, he going with him. I know they got Ethan and all that. And Ethan's got a great chance to show what he can do for the rest of this season. But if he don't pull it together, they got the 5-star guy coming. You best believe but it's not just going to be Matt Rule. It's going to be Matt Rule and company.
Yeah. Oh, I think 100%. There's no way that whoever takes this job, they're not going to bring at least 4 or 5 really good players with them from wherever they currently are.
To me, those comments by Matt Rule is the most telling that if he's offered the Penn State job, he is taking it.
I think it's so funny to me that all these other names get thrown out.
They should have already had this conversation. You don't fire somebody and don't already had a conversation in play.
Well, it's interesting because Matt Rule, his contracts, some detail of his contract was put out there I saw this on Twitter. I presume it's true, maybe not. Got to take everything with a grain of salt. But it appears there's a clause in his contract that says if he engages in any kind of back channel discussions, any of his representatives talk to someone while he is still employed at Nebraska without fully notifying the school that he intends to seek another job, then there's a whole bunch of things that can happen to his contract.
The resignation in pursuit of other employment. Unless the coach has provided a notice of termination in accordance with the other provisions of this agreement, neither the coach nor anyone acting on the coach's behalf should engage in any discussions or negotiations with any other prospective employer without notifying the athletic director in advance of those discussions or negotiations. The coach understands that ongoing rumors or media reports of such negotiations are damaging to the program, and the parties expressly agree that time is of the essence as to this provision, and the same shall be strictly construed.
Okay. So
there you go.
He's got to tell the AD if there's any kind of conversation. They can't get blindsided by it. Now, I don't know how they can enforce that. Because what does he do? Like, okay, fire me then. Great. I'll leave anyway because I'm taking another job. So I don't know how hollow that is. But here are the other names that are obviously getting thrown out there. Matt Rule, well, I think we all would agree, would take that job if offered to him, right?
Yes.
We talked yesterday, Curt Cignetti. I think we're all kind of on the boat that he he wouldn't take that job, or at least he would probably take a lot of pause on whether he would or not. I think you actually, Tyvis, weren't you saying yesterday you think that would be kind of like a loser's mentality if he wouldn't take the Penn State job?
Who are you talking about? Cignetti? Yeah, no. If he decided, like, no, I'm not going to do it because, like, you know, that's too much pressure, or I don't think I could get it done there. I just feel like that comes off as a loser's mentality because all this time you talked about confidence, you win no matter where you go. Like, you go to Penn State and win. Like, you be the first coach to put them back on the map, to put them back in contention. James Franklin made the CFP once, right?
Yeah, last year.
Right. Yeah, last year when it expanded
They
to 12.
didn't do it before that when they beat us in 16?
To me, when the playoff expanded, I was like, this helps Penn State the most of any program because they'll actually make the playoff now.
When they beat us in 16, they didn't make it.
Didn't they lose in the Big Ten? Did they get to the Big Ten championship and lose? Am I wrong?
That's impossible.
They did not make the playoff while it was 4 teams. I promise.
Okay.
I'm for sure.
All right.
They did.
Go double check that.
That's a shame.
Because I don't remember. I'm an idiot, so
they
I never
100% won the Big Ten that year.
See, I feel
like I remember that.
Going back to Kurt Cignetti, I do think that I disagree with you. I don't think it's a loser mentality. I think it's a preservation mentality of, if I stay at Indiana, they will build a statue for me. If I go to Penn State, they will run me out of town eventually. You know what I mean? If I don't win national championships, plural, then I get run out of Penn State most likely, just like James Franklin did. At Indiana, he can go like this, win 10, 11 games, get to the playoffs every year. And if he makes a run, great. If he doesn't, they're still going to be really happy with him. How about this name? Fran Brown, Syracuse head coach. Obviously can recruit that region. You know,
he ain't paying no receivers.
Well, no, he's still not now, but maybe he would if he gets the Penn State job. I'm saying I've seen his name thrown out there. He actually got mad when reporters asked me, said it was disrespectful to even ask him about it. It's not, but he's got the like fire and kind of charisma that I think you want as a head coach there. I just wonder if they would look at his resume and say it's not good enough yet, even though he has done some good things at Syracuse. But if he's offered that job, I presume he would take it.
Oh, yeah.
100%. How about Marcus Freeman? I've seen his name thrown out there with Notre Dame.
I don't understand why his name.
I just started seeing it yesterday.
I don't get that at all.
Yeah, it makes no sense. This man just went to the championship.
Well, it makes sense from Penn State point of like, we think we'd love to have him.
Oh, yeah. But why would he leave Notre Dame? That don't make sense.
Yeah, he's further along in Notre Dame than they'll ever be. And I don't know if you call this loser mentality or not, but why would he opt into going into a conference where then you have a structure that can be prohibitive, possibly, to your chances? Notre Dame has the sweetest gig in college football until someone with a brain decides to stop it. They can go kind of dip their toe in the ACC, but not really play an ACC schedule. They can schedule the service academies and whoever. They're probably not going to schedule USC. That whole thing seems to be blowing up after this year.
It's going to be a good game.
But I'm saying after this, USC and Notre Dame don't have an agreement in place to play that game. They can kind of pick and choose who they play, when they play, if they need big games, if they don't. And by the way, as long as he wins like 10 of those games, he's in the playoffs every year because Notre Dame gets that kind of, they're Notre Dame and they win a lot. So, yeah, put him in. Why would you leave that to go to Penn State where then instantly you have a different kind of conference competition where you're immediately competing with Ryan Day, Dan Lanning, everybody else there in the Big Ten? I don't see why he would opt
I'm
into
not
that.
saying that I believe this, but devil's advocate, for the same reason why Brian Kelly left Notre Dame to go to LSU could be the same reasons why Marcus Freeman leaves
How's
Notre
that
Dame
working
to go to
out
Penn
for
State.
him, by the way? Like, I'm just saying, I know what you mean, but how's that working out for him? It's not a great. I think if Brian Kelly had it to do over again, he'd say, why did I leave Notre Dame? I'd probably rather do that. Another name to consider, Eli Drinkwitz from Missouri, because among other things, I think he has. Missouri and State College have a lot of similarities. Like, Columbia is not a great town to go to, but it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. But he recruits guys. He gets guys to come play there. He can win in a big conference. He's proved that. But the other interesting aspect of that, who's his quarterback? Bo Prabula. And guess who's coming along with him? I bet you. And they I hear Penn State likes running backs. You could go out there and bring Ahmad Hardy with you, too. That's a guy who will, I am convinced next year he will be a top 5 Heisman guy. Yeah, I don't think he's going to get it this year, but I'm just saying, Eli Drinkwitz would have a couple studs to bring with him, and he can recruit.
Still don't have that wide receiver.
Real quick before we go to break, 2016 was the year Ohio State got in over Penn State despite losing to Penn State.
That's what I thought.
A lot of controversy. It was Clemson, Bama, Ohio State, Washington that year, and that was the reason why we forget was because that was the year that Ohio State lost to Clemson 31-0. So we've wiped that from our memory.
Yeah, I don't want to think.
And
about
then
that.
you brought it back up, Tyvis. So thanks for that.
About that.
I was in the league at the time.
Also, not your problem.
Also, like hypothetically, with the names you put out, like Matt Rule, Kurt Cignetti, Marcus Freeman, if all those teams make the playoffs, can Penn State wait for them?
Oh yeah, there's that too. Right. And that's where like a Manny Diaz comes into play. I think then he makes a lot more sense because it's like, well, we just need to get a guy here and he has ties and would do it. But yeah, I don't think. I don't know. It's a tough spot for Penn State, 100%. They have to figure that out. 6:45, we're going to give away Jackets tickets, so stick around for that. But coming up next, 2 minutes away, Ohio State flipped a commitment. We'll tell you who next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, of course, we are already noticing some slowdowns for folks in New Albany, particularly on that 161 eastbound direction right at Beach Road this morning and just past 62. We are also noticing foggy conditions for folks in Delaware County and Etna this morning, looking at 6 miles of visibility lower than what we're used to seeing, so make sure to be cautious as you step out the door this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Enjoy rates lower than the national average, plus special rates on balance transfers with a Visa Platinum or Visa with Rewards credit card from BMI Federal Credit Union. Apply today at bmifcu.org/visa.
This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, where we've successfully treated thousands of men for low testosterone and helped them feel like their old selves again. Please take a moment and listen to how we helped Tom.
Hi, my name's Tom. I've been a patient at Tri-State Men's Health, and I'm being treated for low testosterone. I didn't really notice the issue of just the energy and feeling slow in the middle of the day and waking up feeling as if I hadn't even gone to bed. When I walked into Tri-State Men's Health, I was extremely impressed from the get-go with the results of the treatment. I wake up in the morning now with clarity. I have had more energy in working out. I definitely have increased my strength. I would say that if there are men out there who experience some of the same problems that I did with inability to sleep well and waking up without feeling refreshed and having your energy flagging throughout the day, go see Tri-State Men's Health. It's changed my life and it'll change yours too.
Thanks, Tom. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
At Giant Eagle, we're here because being part of the neighborhood matters. Because what we pick up at the store is what we bring into our lives. At Giant Eagle, we're always going for better to bring you the best. Because it matters.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
Tyvis Powell is a legendary Buckeye. T-Bone loves to eat Buckeyes. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
1 hour from now, ask Tyvis anything. You can tweet us at Bone and Tyvis 971. You can also hop in the YouTube chat. Just go to YouTube, search 971 The Fan, click on T-Bone and Tyvis, and you can leave your question there in the comments. Shout out to Iron, who's in there today. Zoe is in there. Rusty, AJ, thank you guys for listening. We always appreciate it. And thank you for your comments as well, especially when you take shots at Tyvis. We appreciate that. Always fun.
You can't take no shots at me.
No, you're impervious to that.
I'm
stuff,
unshootable.
Right?
I'm bulletproof.
Perfect.
Did you see what Tyvis said about you in the comments yesterday?
No. What did you say about me?
Someone said that.
What do we have to say?
Someone said that Tyvis was carrying you yesterday morning.
Oh,
he thought he was,
100% does.
And Tyvis said,
"What's wrong with that?"
Tyvis said, "He's too heavy for me to carry."
That is 100% correct. That is.
I don't know.
Need to lose some weight.
I'm immature and love fat jokes.
That's fine.
I'm sorry.
I am fat, so I can make my own fat jokes. You can make them. I don't care. That's fine. I think that's dumb. Why do people get worked? I mean, I understand if you've been through a lot mentally with that stuff, but for me, it's like, I don't know. It's pretty obvious. Like, I'm fat, so that's what I have. And I make fun of myself, so I'm welcoming any of that.
You said you built this.
Yeah, I did. We built this city.
Built different.
There used to be a place called Rib City. I don't know if it still exists. It was like a restaurant. I forget where it is, but Common Man, Mike saw it. on a thing on a billboard. He said forever since that day, he had the "We Built This City" song, but with the Rib City lyric. And I've always thought of that. That's how I built my city, this little town right here. It's all built on ribs and good food. 3-star safety Kamari Bing is committed to Ohio State. He's a 2026 commit from D.C. He was previously committed to Maryland. Now he is committed to Ohio State. So that's a good thing to see. And also, Ohio State flipped an in-state commitment. Offensive tackle Landry Breed. I don't know if I'm saying his name correct. Brede. Landry Breed. He is a tackle from Menor. So it's weird with him because you go look at the recruiting sites, they don't have him in like the top 1,000. But what they do have is his height and weight, which is he's a 2026 commit. So he's a senior this year, 6'6", 315. Can't teach size. I'm saying, like, they must see something in him that they like. But he was committed to NC State. Now he's committed to Ohio State.
Well, I think they've done a good job this recruiting cycle with getting a lot of good offensive linemen. And I just think that, Tyler Bowen and obviously with Justin Fry last year, these last few years, they've done an outstanding job at like developing these guys. I mean, there's so many guys that you trust on that offensive line to come in for the past 2 years. So depth, they realize how important that depth is on that offensive line because you can't let one injury derail your entire season. So I think what they're doing is they're finding the guys that they see potential in, but also got that size because again, you can't coach, you can't teach size. Like that's just a gift. So they feel like if you got the size, they can develop. They feel so good about how the coaching is going that they can turn you into the guy that they need you to be.
To that point, when I saw this news, a lot of the comments underneath it were like, oh, 3-star guys, they're allowed to come to Ohio State. I mean, Ohio State recently really hasn't gotten to 5 top-star offensive linemen and have yet got good offensive play. To Tyvis's point, it's like more of a developmental thing here. And also with like the new NIL rules and stuff, maybe you don't want to spend a bunch of money to get the 5-star offensive lineman if you know you can get the 3-star guy and develop him to be just as good in a year or two.
Yeah, I feel like, I think either approach is fine. I know some people panic when they don't see the star rating, but we've seen plenty of 5-star guys who don't pan out. We've seen plenty of 5-star guys who turned into exactly what we thought they would be and then some, right? Jeremiah Smith comes to mind, right? There's lots of guys who have actually been that guy and they showed up day one and they were. But if you can develop someone to your point where you don't have to go out and spend as much on NIL, yeah, I'm good with that. I love keeping the in-state guys here that we think are good. If they don't have the ranking from whatever recruiting site, that doesn't bother me as much. But if Ohio State looks at this guy and says, yeah, he's got exactly what we want, he's coachable, he's got the size we want, and we think we can turn him into a stud, great. I trust them on that until, now if we go 3 years in a row and it's like, oh yeah, we're bottom half of the Big Ten in pass blocking, we can't run the ball, we can't, if all those things start happening, then I will be freaking out more about it. But I don't like to do too much predicting when it comes to recruiting because there's just no way for any of us to know this stuff. And I mean, I know the recruiting guys like make a lot of money by talking about this stuff constantly. Let them do it. I'm not an expert enough. I don't watch enough football to know. Like, I don't watch enough high school football to know who's going to be good.
Yeah, well, it's hard because like you can watch a kid's tape, but the problem is you don't know the competition that they're going against. You
Arch
don't know
Manning.
Any of that. I mean, like I'm sitting here watching this Kamari Bing guy, and what I like about him is I love the way that he plays. Look, he's 6'1", but he got a nice bend to his play. Like he keeps his chest down, which helps him in his breaks and things like that. He's a really good tackler. I won't question his speed a little bit, but I think that, obviously that's something that can be developed here. I think he could turn into a pretty decent player.
I was watching, to my point about not knowing, like, it's good that you can see that stuff, Tyvis. You obviously played. You got an eye for it. You know what you're talking about.
I'm looking right at it. Yeah.
But I watched Marysville played one of the Olentangy schools. I don't even remember which one it was. But they had a dude who caught a pass. And, I mean, he mossed one of our defenders from Marysville. This is a couple weeks ago at a high school game.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, who's this kid? So I looked up his number. I'm like, man, he's big. Well, turned out he's 6'8", this guy. And I couldn't tell that from where I was standing. But I see it. I'm like, whoa, 6'8" guy. He's a tight end. He can move. He mossed this dude. It was a great catch. And I'm like, man, he must be on everybody's radar. And it's like, he is a D1 prospect, but it's like Miami of Ohio, Toledo, it's MAC schools that are looking at this kid. So again, my eye for who looks good is not what the scouts are doing. So I'm just saying.
There's
Like,
levels to it. So, like, when you talk about a D1 guy, like a 5-star D1 guy, you know it because it, like, jumps off the tape. Like, first of all, you'll see the kid and be like, oh, his measurables. It's like, oh, yeah, this dude got to be a D1 athlete. Then when you pair that with turning the tape on, I mean, if you're talking like in the trenches, they should be knocking somebody back, blowing up plays on D-line. Like, if you don't see that, then that's when I'll be like, I don't really see it. But, like, usually when you see those big-time, big-name recruits, when you watch their tape, you could be like, oh, yeah, I see it. I see it 100%.
You can't tell me that any of these recruiting experts, when they were watching Tyvis Powell stink at high school in football, knew that he would eventually go on to get the biggest interception in Ohio State history. You see?
Exactly,
you just
right.
never know.
Exactly right. Yeah, I'm telling you.
First of all, they didn't. You know why they didn't know? Because I was an under the radar guy. Like, I didn't go to camps and do all that stuff. I did none of that. So only way you knew me is if I like pursued you. Like, if I sent my tape to you. Like, that's the only way you knew me. That's one. Two, I was a playmaker all my life.
You said last week that you were not good in high school.
I was a playmaker.
Where I got that from. I didn't make it up.
I am a playmaker. One thing about me is that I will make plays. That's just, it doesn't matter. I could go out there today and I would still at some point make a play. Like, just who I am. It's just, so they say be who you are. Don't try to be something you ain't. I realize that I'm a big time playmaker. I make plays in the big moments of games.
See, and that does
who
feel,
I am.
It does feel a little bit like the opposite of what a kid says. Oh, I'm really good at school. I'm just not a great test taker. Like, that's when we need you, is on the test. That's when it counts. Like, I get what you're saying. You might be very book smart. Maybe you get anxious or nervous, but like, to your point, you're the opposite of that. Where
they
you're
might
like,
got an IEP.
Hey,
They might need a little extra second.
Right,
that's all.
Fine.
They won't get it. They just need a little extra time.
But you were like the ultimate test taker, where it's like, oh, it's a big test. I'm ready.
I was more so.
I was number 2 pencil going.
I'm more so like skip class, but still show up and take the test and still ace the thing. I was more like that.
There you go. We have Jackets tickets to give away. We will do that next. Plus, Ryan Day spoke to the media. You will hear what he had to say coming up. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, a heads up this Wednesday morning for drivers heading downtown. We are still following up on a crash on that 71 southbound ramp over to 670 in that westbound direction towards, of course, 70 and over by Grandview Heights. Expect some lane closures associated with this. Already seeing some congestion, some slowdowns on our Time Saver traffic map. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Victor's Home Solutions. Schedule your free 21-point roof and window inspection today at victors.com.
The great thing about Atlas Butler is they do it all. Heating, cooling, plumbing. Look, I'm busy with work. I don't have time to wait around or deal with lots of people. One company, one call, and they do it all. Wonder if they'll clean out my inbox. Seriously, offer that service. Please.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Hey friends, Beamer here. In the spirit of Halloween, Awaken 180 is offering free consultations. Learn how scary fast and how scary easy losing weight can be. For mine, I brought all the questions, and in the end, Awaken 180 was an absolute no-brainer for me. Determine if Awaken 180 is right for you. The free consultations end October 31st. Reserve by phone only at 844-346-1800. For details and the number, visit awaken180weightloss.com. Scary easy with scary fast results.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED and low T can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 614-300-7400. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at columbusmensclinic.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor, but we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, low T, Peyronie's, size, and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic workouts and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 614-300-7400 or book in 30 seconds or less at ColumbusMen'sClinic.com. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
At Baths R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement, and that starts with a team who brings your vision to life. Our installers aren't just skilled, they're experts.
This is who we are. This is what we do all day, every day.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsrus.com. 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, you may be in big trouble with Chip Wood.
Our owner?
Free oil changes along with alignment?
On any four-tire purchase.
And Goodyear's up to $200 off?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike, but I'm telling.
But the Wood family is behind all this.
Oh, those rascals.
But don't tell the accountants.
Of course not. And what do they do again?
Buy any set of 4 tires at Tire Discounters and get a free alignment and oil change. Make them Goodyears and save up to $200 more. See store for details.
You know what my favorite place is to watch a game? The ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. This is Scotty Vegas, and Dave Biddle and I are throwing a huge party for the Thursday night Steelers-Bengals game. We have tickets, Pro Football Hall of Fame passes, and dining credits to give out during the game at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Amazing food, huge screens, and prizes. That's a winning parlay. Can't wait to see you Thursday night. Must be 21 or older to enter. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi, I'm Joanna Williams, General Manager at Tansky Sawmill Toyota, and it's tire time at Tansky Sawmill Toyota. Now through October 31st, you can buy 3 tires and get 1 for $1. Visit TanskySawmillToyota.com to schedule your appointment today, or hurry into Tansky Sawmill Toyota on the corner of Sawmill and 161 in Dublin to get those cars ready for winter. And when you think tires, think Tansky.
Think Toyota. Think Tansky. Big Tansky.
Rothman and Ice.
My mom used to absolutely make the best BLTs.
Doesn't everybody make them the same? You make it.
I don't have the recipe.
Bacon, lettuce, tomato. There's the secret.
Rothman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Your home for football, food, and fun. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
All right, I've got your Jackets tickets here. Jackets taking on Tampa Bay tomorrow at Nationwide Arena. Tyvis, pick a number. Go ahead.
I like number 5.
Number 5. Caller number 5, 614-821-9710. You get 2 tickets to see the Jackets taking on the Lightning Saturday at Nationwide. Get your tickets now, BlueJackets.com. Obviously, they play the Avs Thursday as well. These tickets are for Saturday. But good luck. Caller 5, 614-821-9710. Plus, we're going to talk to Charlie Coyle coming up at 8:30. Jackets' new forward that they got this offseason. We will get to talk to him for the first time. Looking forward to that. Ryan Day spoke to the media yesterday. He was asked about playing Wisconsin. And, yeah, Wisconsin's bad. But Ryan Day can't go to his guys and be like, listen, Wisconsin sucks. Like, he's got
Wisconsin has a really good, despite what you've seen against Iowa, they actually have a really good run defense.
Oh,
it's like top 5 in the conference.
Okay.
I looked it up yesterday.
Well, here's what Ryan Day had to say about playing against Wisconsin and playing on the road.
They play hard and they're well coached. I think maybe the easy thing to do is to look at their record or look at maybe what happened last week and think that, otherwise, but that's not the case. And this is a team that, is has good players and is playing very hard. So, we have to have a great week of practice, and you hear me say it all the time. We got to focus on us and our process, but knowing that. When you turn on the film, last year they're playing LSU, this year they're playing Alabama. They're playing, really good teams, and they've been right there with a bunch of them. So on the road, difficult environment, another big challenge for us. And I think it's important for us to recognize that this will be our 3rd game on the road in 4 games. Like, this is a big focus for us is 4-week window, and we want to make sure we finish this thing strong, because I felt like going in, we have an idea of what type of team we had, and knowing that going to Camp Randall is a huge challenge. So we got to go in and play our best football. We want to continually build, and so we need all hands on board.
There.
Yeah, they rank like 9th in total yards. They rank 5th in rushing yards given up.
Okay.
So there is something there. Yeah, like when you watch them against Iowa, though, they look bad. They was misfitting gaps. They was missing tackles. It was terrible. I watched that. I was like, man,
if you told
they gonna get Fick out of there. He keep putting this type of stuff on tape.
It was 37-0, and I know that because the over/under was 37.5, and somebody bet the under. And that would be me.
Oh, you sweated that one out.
I was praying for you when I was watching that. I was sweating when Iowa scored their last part of that. I was like, come on, can't let anything else in. And thankfully, Wisconsin didn't get a garbage touchdown at the end. But all of that said, I watched a lot of that game with intent. And I saw a team that if you told me before that game they had gone into the locker room and said, by the way, guys, we're firing Luke Fickell at the end of the year, regardless of what you do. Like, that was the attitude that I got out of that game. It was like the players knew the season was over, that this is a coach who's not going to be there. And like it looked like someone had told them that right before they ran out on the field, because they had no energy, no spark. So maybe this week will be different, because maybe they aren't playing that way this week. Maybe they'll have a little bit more energy for Ohio State. We'll find out. I brought up the punting situation earlier in the week because it's not been great. They're averaging like 40 yards a punt, which isn't stellar. Nick McClarty is a guy that some Buckeye fans have brought up. Hey, could he get a shot? He's 6'7", 255 from Melbourne, Australia. And he is a guy that has apparently a big leg, but he's erratic. He's not consistent. Here is Ryan Day talking about if Nick McClarty's pushing for more time.
We've got him in there once before. We haven't punted a whole bunch. I think the sample size is probably a mixed bag right now. We need to continually look at it and evaluate it and make sure that we're doing what's best. But Joey will be our punter right now, and we work at it a lot. We'll work at it. It'll be the first thing we do on Tuesday, and I think we have the right guys in the game. We always take a look at that in terms of the protection and guys covering. So I think it's been solid, but I know we can do better.
Yeah,
Bloody Tuesday.
Yeah, it can be better. Why do you call it Bloody Tuesday?
Because it's the most physical day of the week in practice.
Oh.
It's full pads.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Inside drill. I wonder if they might have toned it back, though. The rules change in the game. Practice gets a little more lenient. So maybe it's not as bloody as it once was. But Tuesdays, every Tuesday, period 3, I knew what it was going to say.
Yeah.
And I hated it every time. It never changed.
What'd they say?
Tackle drill.
Oh.
Hated it.
Why did you hate it? You like to play football.
No, because it's like we didn't play all these games. We don't need to be in practice just hitting like this. Like, this is ridiculous. But you know what? As much as I hated it, it started to make me a better tackler. So I was like, as much as I hate this drill, it did help me on Saturday.
Well, and I'll tell you, obviously I think there are a few things Ohio State needs to work on. Like any Buckeye fan, I'm looking at how can they be the best team in the country. They look like the best team right now. But I'll tell you this, I have watched more college football this year, just in general, because of the quad box on YouTube TV. I've got a little bit more free time. I've been able to watch it. Let me tell you something. I have watched so many games because we talked about the early part of the season where you said this team does not miss tackles. That's one of the best things about this Buckeye defense.
That's correct.
And I have watched so many other games where I said
misfits.
It doesn't look like Ohio State on defense. I would say Alabama's defense now.
Game one?
Not what they were doing against Florida State.
Game one, I was like,
Bama's defense now, though, like they are back. They play good defense. They tackle.
They had a kumbaya moment. They put that tape on and they called each other out. Yeah. And they was like, I'm gonna show you something.
I would say that Miami defense does it pretty well, and I would say Indiana's defense has been getting better at it and pretty good. But no one tackles like Ohio State this year. That's one of the things I can tell you that with no qualms. As much as I've watched college football this year, I haven't seen a team that tackles as well as Ohio State does. Period. End of story. So that must be a point of emphasis. I'd like to see the punting get there, but hey, can't have everything, right? So we'll give up the punting if we can have the offense be awesome and the defense be fantastic. That would be where I'm at on that. Ryan Day, I won't play you the clip, but he also said he trusts the brain trust at Ohio State to deal with the private equity money. Apparently, I saw Michigan, USC were talking about that. They don't seem like they're going to want to take this private equity money that's coming into the Big Ten. I don't think they should. I don't think the conference needs that stuff. Just go out there and win games and go get the money from the TV deal. You don't need private equity. I think any conference that jumps into that is going to be in a world of hurt in like 10 years. I do not think that's going to work out long term. But Ryan Day said he doesn't have an opinion on it. Let the brain trust at Ohio State do it. Now, maybe he has an opinion. He just doesn't want to share it, but that's fine with me. The Huddle is coming up next. Your NFL questions answered. We will do that at the top of the hour. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Still seeing some major slowdowns, unfortunately, for folks just south of Circleville this morning. If you're taking 23 in that northbound direction, right at Neville or Neville Streets, do know a left lane is blocked because of a really big crash out there. Noticing lots of lights from first responders and police, but also brake lights associated with just drivers being stuck out there. 7 miles per hour for your travel times, not looking too good for your Wednesday morning commute here. A good detour to take is taking Emerson Road instead in that eastbound direction. Go up north on Kingston Pike, then head to East Main Street going downtown through Circleville and back onto 23 in that northbound direction. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Green & Sons. Family owned and operated for over 45 years. Green & Sons will help you find your next Kubota tractor. Located in Mount Sterling and north of Marysville. And online at greenandsons.com.
Get Eco.
ECO. Hey, Aaron, what are we going to do with these 41 new trucks you bought?
Those extra trucks are to make sure that we can always send someone to the rescue when a customer needs us.
Plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians to the rescue.
Give it away, plumbers, genius electricians, and gonna keep you warm all winter HVAC technicians.
Get Eco.
ECO. Aaron, you bought those 41 new trucks at exactly the right time.
I know, Jerry, because everyone, everywhere, is needing help with their furnace right now.
Summertime is when furnaces develop problems.
The contacts and relays and sensors get all wonky.
Because summertime is when furnaces are not being used.
And our technicians can unwonk them.
Get Eco.
ECO. If you need someone to unwonk your furnace, get Eco.
Our technicians can unwonk anything.
And with 41 new trucks, they can get there fast, fast, fast. Give it away, plumbers, genius electricians, and gonna keep you warm all winter HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
I'm back to doing what I love and more. Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Visit the Good Feet store today. Walk-ins are always welcome. Visit the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road at Grove City.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. After years of playing college and NFL football and always searching for that edge to keep my body right, to make sure I was always in peak physical condition, I was getting beat up, I was getting older, and I needed something to help me out. And that's something, well, I didn't want it to be surgery. And so I went to see my friends at QC Kinetics. I brought my dad with me. I needed my knee helped, so did he. And they did a great job. They helped use our own body's biologics to heal us. So we went there, we talked to Dr. Ray Tesner. He's the founder of Grant Sports Medicine. So you know that he knows what he's talking about. And you don't have to have surgery. There's no knife. It's a simple injection, not a hospital stay. It's fast and it's all natural. So whether it's back, knees, hips, shoulders, they've got you covered. Call QC Kinetics today for a free consultation with Dr. Ray Tesner and his team. Look beyond that same old remedy that you've been looking for. Call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544 or go to qckinetics.com/Columbus today.
An incredible night of firsts.
Are you kidding me? Fox Tonight is TV's most epic game night.
I'm Rob Lowe. This is The Floor.
And the competition soars to new heights.
It is an entirely new game.
Then on 99 to beat.
Ref, can I get a ref?
Ken, there's tension out there.
3 players' $1 million dreams come down to a photo finish.
We don't know who's eliminated. We gotta look back at the tape.
My heart is racing.
Tonight, starting at 8 on Fox 28.
At the end of the day, the sun sets on Central Ohio.
but stories are still unfolding. Every voice, every neighborhood, every question that still needs answers. Fox 28 News at 10 is there in the quiet moments and at the turning points, digging deeper, finding solutions, lifting up the communities that shape who we are. At the end of the day, you deserve a team that's on your side. Fox 28 News at 10, always on your side.
Hi, I'm Rick Germain for Toyota West. And with over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles available, Toyota West at I-270 and Georgesville Road has the car you're looking for. And right now at Toyota West, take advantage of 0 down and 0 payments until 2026. And every pre-owned vehicle comes with a 72-hour exchange policy plus a 3-month warranty for qualified vehicles. Come see us at the Germain Auto Mall on Georgesville Road or get started today at ToyotaWest.com. Offer expires 10/31. No payments for deferred payment. Interest accrues at time of inception with approved credit.
When it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, call Newman Roofing. 614-NEW-ROOF. NewmanRoofing.com.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify. Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars, Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Ohio State Buckeyes and head coach Ryan Day are preparing for a trip up to Camp Randall this week as the Scarlet and Gray take on a familiar foe in Luke Fickell and the Wisconsin Badgers. However, yesterday during his press conference, Ryan Day was asked about his thoughts on the firing of Penn State head coach James Franklin.
Anytime you're somewhere for as long as he has, he did a lot of great things. He had a lot of great games against each other. So, didn't take a chance to reflect on it all. But he's going to land on his feet. He's a really good coach.
And last night in the MLB playoffs, the Los Angeles Dodgers took Game 2 of the National League Championship Series 5-1 to put LA up 2-0 in the series. The Blue Jays will take on the Mariners in the ALCS tonight. Seattle is up 2-0 in that series. This update was sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Enjoy lower rates than the national average, plus a special rate on balance transfers with a Visa Platinum or Visa with Rewards credit card.
The only contraband hiding in Tyvis's butt cheeks is a Kit Kat bar. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971. By the way, I forgot to mention this. I went out yesterday. I didn't go anywhere. I went on the internet and I ordered my Halloween costume.
Oh, man.
Now, I floated some ideas, but I'm not going to officially say what my Halloween costume is.
Pickle Rick.
I thought that was going to be yours.
I gotta look up a Pickle Rick. Let me see. Where can I get that?
It's like the easiest costume.
You just
do that. Yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty easy.
But I'm not saying that to be a hater. Like,
no, you could. I mean, that's one you could do. Well, here's what I propose, and I think we've talked about this, but I want to make it official. Halloween is October 31st, as we all know. That is a Friday this year. I propose all three of us come in dressed up for the Halloween episode in our costumes. We don't tell each other what it is beforehand. We just show up with our costumes on October 31st. We wear them the entire show. So that means think of the biggest sports news you could possibly have where we go viral because we're on the air live when it happens, right? This will never happen, right? This is not going to be the case. But let's say Ryan Day gets fired in the middle of our show. That means you and me and Tyvis are all sitting there, Dylan, in our whatever Pickle Rick costume, be like, well, we didn't think this was going to happen, but hey, what are you going to do? And then we have to talk about Ryan Day, and we go viral wearing our Pickle Rick and whatever other costumes we have. Are we in on this? Are we doing it?
Yes, I'm down for the Halloween stream.
Dylan already said.
I kind of did say we just won't repeat it.
No,
for people that didn't hear.
Well, there's time to change,
right?
You know what? I forget what you said. So
I did not. I'm actually looking forward to it.
Okay, good.
Speaking of the YouTube stream, though, can I address someone in the stream?
Go ahead.
And this isn't look. Go ahead. This isn't meant to embarrass. This isn't the first person who asked this question.
Okay,
but Mark asked if Meredith Garfalo, 10 TV meteorologist for many shows on this station, is single. And my question for Mark is, Mark, if we answer that question, what are you going to do with that information? Are you going to shoot your shot, Mark? Are you going to come to the station and be a creep?
He was going to shoot his shot regardless of what you said.
What I want? No, I think I'm a great wingman. Okay, I just want to know Mark's intentions. I want to know, Mark, are you going to be shy? What if I say yes? I don't know the answer to the question.
I don't know the answer either.
What if the answer is yes, and we tell you yes, what are you going to do? What are you going to do, Mark? Yeah. That's what I want to know.
By the way, no one's ever asked Dylan if he's single, and the answer is he is.
Yes.
So, Mark, just putting that out there. I don't know if Meredith's single. Dylan is, though.
I just think people listen to the show and they're like, this dude has to be single because who puts up with this willingly? I think people already know.
That's fair enough. 7:30, we have Ask Tyvis Anything. If you want to know if Tyvis is single, spoiler alert, he's not. He's very taken. Very taken. But you can ask that and any other questions you want. 7:30, Ask Tyvis Anything. Go in that YouTube chat, put them in there, or tweet us at Bone and Tyvis 971.
The biggest questions in the NFL are answered right here. Welcome to the Huddle.
All right, very single Dylan. Question number 1 for the Huddle.
Does any part of you believe that Joe Flacco and the Cincinnati Bengals can beat the Steelers on Thursday Night Football tomorrow?
No.
Can they? It's the NFL. Anybody can beat anybody. Will they is a totally different story because they actually could do it because Pittsburgh's gives up a lot of explosive plays in the passing game, which is so shocking because they got Jalen Ramsey. But Joey Porter Jr. had been out for the majority of this season, so having him back maybe takes that away. But Jamar Chase, every time, to me, my personal opinion, he gets over on Jalen Ramsey. So if they buy the time, which that's the problem, they're going to have a problem at the same problem that the Browns had is that their offensive line is trash for Cincinnati. But if they can find some time for Joe Flacco, he could dice up that secondary for
I just
Pittsburgh.
don't see a way that they're going to find that time for him unless the Steelers just literally take their foot off the gas. But if they come ready to play, then I don't think it's going to be close. Sorry, Bengals fans, but that'd be interesting to be proven wrong. I would love to see what would happen if the Steelers lose that game and if there's a meltdown. That would be fun. Let's go with Huddle question number 2.
So we found out this spread together on the air, and I was shooketh by it. The Browns are a favorite for the first time this season. Will they cover the 2.5 against the Miami Dolphins?
Not a chance.
No.
I take the Dolphins and the points.
I take the points. Exactly right. Now, what's funny is my guy Zoran, who listens to every show on this fan every single day, he is awesome. He is a legend in the tweets, in the chats, everywhere. He is a legendary listener. He messaged me yesterday and he said, what do you think about our guys going head-to-head? Because he's a Dolphins fan. And I said to him, I think this is one of the first games in NFL history, or at least in a long time, where both franchises are actively rooting for their team to lose. Like the fans, the franchise, everyone, because it's top 5 pick time, it's fire the coach time, and I think the Browns fans are like, please get rid of Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry. Do not win this game. And I think Dolphins fans are like, please don't win this game. This is a lost season. We need to retool, redo everything. So, yeah, I think Browns are not going to cover the 2.5. But I'll tell you this.
They can't even score 20 points. What makes you think they're going to beat the Dolphins? That has no problem scoring 20 points.
The only way they score 20 points is if the Dolphins throw like 3 picks and 2 of them go back for touchdowns to this Browns defense. That's the only way I see that happening.
So, Bone, before you told us the spread yesterday, I said Miami is significantly better than Cleveland. But because I'm a gambling degenerate and you guys seem so sure that Cleveland's not going to cover, and I feel like everybody else feels that way.
Don't do this.
Oh my gosh, I am strongly considering betting on the Browns this weekend.
Don't do this. Good luck. Have fun with that. As someone who's done it many a time, it's a fun ride. You're going to hate it at the end.
Good luck.
Huddle question number 3, Dylan.
If you had an MVP vote, who would you cast it on right now?
It's hard not to pick Baker Mayfield.
Let me tell you.
It's just really, really hard not to say Baker Mayfield. I mean, he took because your theory might have been true that he's been covered up because he has great wide receiver play. But the fact that he went up against San Francisco, who is a little depleted, they have a bunch of injuries over there, losing Fred. Prayers up to my boy Fred. All-pro Fred. I feel bad watching
Snapped
Fred
his ankle. That's bad.
But the fact that he had none of these receivers, Sterling Shepard is whatever, Tej Johnson was an undrafted guy, and yet he took that crew and still went out there and beat that San Francisco defense, which is coached by Robert Saleh. Shout out to my boy Saleh. It's hard not to say he ain't an MVP candidate. Or not the front runner, I should say.
For all those reasons, he's the guy I would probably pick too. I'd also do it because I know it would piss you off, Dylan. But also, like, genuinely, the game that you're talking about where he has plays where he's running the football and getting smacked and then hopping right up and barking at guys, like, you can love him or hate him for that, but that's the type of film that the media will absolutely, if he continues to have this season, if they're a very good playoff team, he will absolutely get the MVP nod because they love to go with a different guy. They voted for Josh Allen, Pat Mahomes, how many times now the last few years they've been voting that way?
It's just, it's nobody
Lamar's
really.
not even in the mix because he's hurt.
Nobody really just giving like that much of a run for his money right
Here's
now.
the only guy that I think could actually make a play at it, but the problem is there's two of them. Daniel Jones with the Colts could no. If they continue playing like that, he will be someone's pick. But you know who they should pick from that team is Jonathan Taylor touchdown. That's the guy that I actually think is as good as anyone in the NFL. He could get an MVP nod, but I don't think they'll do it because the vote will be split between quarterback and running back. But
this is now a quarterback award. So
I know it is. I know it is.
But
the front runner, according to ESPN, is Patrick Mahomes favorite plus 200, Baker Mayfield plus 300, Josh Allen plus 325, and who really should it be is this dude at 4. And I'd actually put some coin down if I was allowed to. Drake May.
Oh, Drake May?
Having
a good year.
Give him the title of CWB.
Oh,
Drake May.
Stop. It's not. We're not there.
No, we ain't there yet. We got to see it consistently.
I just like the music and would like for us to use it more, but Tyvis says no.
See it consistently.
One, I can't play that music when I'm playing the other music.
We can't. I'm not crowning nobody that early. The only person that got crowned early is Cooper Flagg.
Dylan, give me one more huddle question.
What is the most intriguing storyline to you guys going into Week 7?
Who is the Browns or Dolphins? Whoever loses, is that coach getting fired on Monday? That's the big question.
I love that. Dead Man Walking Bull?
Yeah, that could. I mean, that's for sure. That's a big storyline.
Will the Titans look better against the Patriots now that Brian Callahan is gone?
That's the Vrabel going back. Is that in
It's in
Nashville?
Tennessee, yeah.
Okay. I'll give you one more, though. The Monday night game. Because, again, we have 2 Monday night games this week.
I love it personally. That might be something we could get into later, but I know a lot of people don't.
Annoys me.
Yes.
But whatever. It's nice to be able to flip if one of them's bad. I'll give you that. But Bucks Lions. That is Baker going on the road to Detroit.
He went that
obviously
game.
Right. I'm saying, like, this is one of the best teams in the NFC over the last few years, the Lions. If you go in there, now if they win that game, they're 6-1. Baker would obviously have to have a huge game for that to happen, probably.
I don't think Mecca's playing.
No, I'm saying, like, this is going to be something to keep an eye on if he goes and does that. Now, it's still, you'd still have 10 games to go after, this. They're currently, what is he, 5-1? So this would be their 7th game. It's not over by any stretch, but yeah, I'm very interested to watch that game.
He will be shooketh if Baker goes to Detroit and win that game.
If Baker and the Bucks win Monday Night Football, I will come in on this show Tuesday and admit that Baker Mayfield is a top 5 quarterback in the NFL.
Well, and if that happens, Tyvis, would that be enough for you to get the music going?
Oh, absolutely.
Just named your CWB Ray at the wrong person there, Dylan.
The way he been playing the past years, he's definitely a CWB. He was a CWB at Oklahoma when he started to do when he was Dougie and was doing all that. Like, that's when he earned the stripes.
Was it Kansas? Wasn't it the Kansas Jayhawks that refused to shake his hand and then he did the whole all right, yeah.
And he was like, I got you. And he said, I got your Jayhawk right here. Yeah, that's him.
Hey, you know what? Speaking of clapping, I was not speaking of it. I was actually clapping. There was some cheating going on in the SEC and the Big Ten, and we haven't talked about it yet. We need to talk about it because it's going unpunished. I think that's wrong. We'll do that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and welcome to your Wednesday. Still noticing some major slowdowns for folks just south of Circleville this morning. That's because of a crash on 23 in that northbound direction as you head towards Columbus at Neville or Neville Streets, where a left lane is still blocked this morning. Looking again pretty slow moving. Some delays out there. Lots of drivers just pretty much stuck. So as for the detour, definitely take Emerson Road instead. Hop off on 23, go up Kingston Pike in that northbound direction, heads you to East Main Street, then go northwest in that direction through downtown Circleville and back on 23 in that northbound direction. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Dormar, your pilot hero. Country music's biggest selling superstar, Luke Combs presents My Kind of Saturday Night Tour.
Sounds like my kind of Saturday night.
Luke Combs, live in concert in Columbus, playing at Ohio Stadium, Saturday, April 25th, with special guests Dierks Bentley, Ty Myers, Jake Worthington, and Thelma and James. Register now for the pre-sale at lukecombs.com.
While we know Central Ohio has the best football team, did you know we have the best credit union too? It's easy to fall for CME, Ohio's #1 credit union, recognized nationally and statewide by Forbes and rooted right here in Central Ohio. CME Federal Credit Union, bank with the best. Membership eligibility required. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender. Visit cmefcu.org.
Make your next shopping trip a good deal better by stocking up on your favorites during the Buy 5 Save 5 sale at Meijer. Buy 5 or more and save $5 or more when you mix or match over 2,000 items store-wide. Like 12-pack cans of select Coca-Cola and Pepsi products, plus deposit where applicable. All varieties of Sargento natural cheese slices, Huggies Snug and Dry diapers, and Friskies 48-count boxes of wet cat food. The Buy 5 Save 5 sale at Meijer. That's the good life, a good deal better. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
One of our specialties here at Pella Wilson is getting rid of old, smaller windows with no view and replacing them with huge, beautiful windows that can change the look and feel of your home.
We tried that once, but we cut the hole a bit too big, so we had to put in a garage door instead in their dining room.
Wilson.
Didn't improve the view, but they do have a drive-through now, so you're welcome, Gruball family.
Get the windows that can change the look and feel of your home at PellaColumbus.com.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
Now at Great Lakes Hyundai, lease a new 2026 Hyundai Tucson SE for just $189 a month. You heard it, $189. Plus get owner assurance and America's best warranty. 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. Only at Great Lakes Hyundai, Columbus or Dublin, or glakeshyundai.com.
GLakesHyundai.com.
With approved credit, $39.95 down plus taxes, fees, first month payment, 10 miles per year, ends 11/3.
Looking to get your roof or siding replaced this fall? Call the company that delivers an excellent customer experience every time. Newman Roofing. Don't wait. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Dormar, your pilot hero.
When your furnace or air conditioner is broke, we come out that same day. Dormar, home the Tin Man.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state.
ONN affiliate WBNS TV reports.
Haley Kirby reporting in downtown Toledo.
From the State House, Kevin Landers.
ONN Canton.
ONN affiliate WKYC TV in Cleveland explains.
In Marietta, Brett Wharf, ONN News.
Emma Henderson in Genoa.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at ONNradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network.
Do you have foot pain? Foot pain is not normal regardless of your age or job. Podiatric physicians are the most qualified doctors to care for your feet and can provide important foot care solutions or shoe inserts to better manage foot pain. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state and are dedicated to providing the highest quality foot and ankle care. We've been serving the profession and the public for over 100 years. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
The Fan has a new tailgate destination. Join us before every home game at the O Patio and Pub on Lane.
Sponsored by your Central Ohio Ford dealers, Jameson Whiskey and Coors Light.
See you Saturday, friends. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Starting off this morning, not too chilly, but you still might need a light jacket. Daytime highs eventually getting up right around 70 degrees this afternoon with plenty of sunshine. And then for tonight, cooler with our overnight lows in the upper 30s in some spots to mid to low 40s. For Thursday, plenty of sunshine and a tad cooler as our highs get in the mid to upper 60s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfolo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Question from a listener: do you dopes ever get tired of talking about Ohio State? No. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan. Every time Tyvis laughs, take a drink. Just kidding. You'd be dead in 30 seconds. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Ask Tyvis anything coming up 7:30. You can tweet us your questions at Bone and Tyvis 971. We have Jackets tickets to give away all week long. We're going to do another giveaway. We did one earlier this morning. We'll do another one tomorrow. I'm thinking we'll do that one at 6:30 tomorrow morning. So be there with us bright and early at 6:30.
T-Bone out of line.
Well, you were asking T-Bone in the break what my go-to Taco Bell order was, and because I go quite frequently, and now I keep it pretty standard. I get like a cheesy gordita crunch for free in the app because I go so often. I get that reward almost every time, and then I'll get a couple soft tacos, and they have like a cheesy chicken melt thing that I'll also get. It's like a couple bucks. So I throw those four things together.
What's on the soft?
And a Baja Blast.
What come on the soft taco? What's your order?
Oh, I just get meat and cheese. The lettuce. Who needs that? Why? Why do I need that? I'm eating in the car, Tyvis. I'm eating in the car. But I don't need that getting all over the car. It's just
that's just a sloppy eater.
It falls out of it. They load it up with so much air.
I eat Chipotle burritos in the car.
That's fine.
They really load them up with lettuce. You think that bothers? You think that stops anything?
No, apparently it doesn't. I'm just telling you, I'm a sloppy eater. I admit you're cleaner than me when it comes to eating, but in the car, I can't keep the lettuce from falling.
You know why I can't eat Taco Bell in the car?
Why is that?
Because you gotta I can't pour the sauce and then.
Oh yeah, well I just open it up, squirt it all in there, and shut it, and that's it.
That's the way that a normal person would do it. I'm more of I'm not getting like a regular soft taco. Usually I'm getting like a crunch wrap or something.
Oh, okay.
And that's more so you got to put the sauce on and bite it.
Oh,
put the sauce on and bite it.
Crunch. See the crunch wrap.
Peels the crunch wrap.
You flip it open, you squirt a little in there, you close it back up.
I've never seen anybody do that.
Well, that's because you're not sitting in my car. Now sit with me when I get one. That's what I do.
That's why I don't eat Taco Bell in the car.
I used to be the type of person too that would get no lettuce, and then one day I thought to myself,
y'all out of line.
This is free food essentially that you're telling them I don't want.
Yeah.
I don't want that lettuce.
That's okay.
So
that's a terrible logic, but whatever.
If the topping is free, put it on there. It's just more food to fill your belly.
See, that's a lie because if I go like Burger King or something like that and it comes with onions, leave that off because if you pick that off, it's gonna take some of the sauce off.
Yeah,
then you're gonna be without ketchup and stuff, so you can't do that.
No, you just need to eat it. But
see,
I'm not doing that.
I look at it the opposite way. I'm paying the money. I want it the way I want it.
Right.
And if I'm going to pay for it, then I'm going to get it the way I want with this on it, that not on it. Now, when they send me a soft taco, because they do this quite frequently, where I will get one with just, we didn't listen to you. Here's all the lettuce anyway.
You eat it.
I mean, I eat it. It's not like it's lettuce. It's nothing. But that's why it's also not like, it's not like it's adding to the health benefits, okay? It's basically water is what lettuce is. So, like, don't water down my taco.
You need some green stuff in there.
No. If it was spinach or something, that would be actually, like, fiber in there. But there's nothing in lettuce. Other than filling you up.
Lettuce is nothing at most places. But I'm going to put a Chipotle location on blast. The one in Westerville, always out of lettuce.
Really?
Always out of lettuce. And the first time I went there and that happened, I was like, it's just lettuce. It's not going to be that bad.
It could be E. coli.
Totally threw off my Chipotle experience when there wasn't lettuce on the burrito. It does not taste the same. The lettuce adds something to the Chipotle burrito or bowl, whatever you get. Chipotle needs the lettuce.
I take it a step further. If you ever eat a Chipotle bowl without the plastic fork that they give you and you use a metal one, it's not good. I don't care what nobody says. It's not good at all. I really don't want it if I can't get a plastic fork.
I've heard other people say that.
It's a fact.
I don't personally have that belief, but Tyvis is not alone in that.
It's a fact. I'm telling you.
Initially,
you have to get the fork out of there.
Initially, I was like, this makes no sense. But now I think about, like, when I've been to McDonald's and sometimes you will get your order and, like, the McDonald's Coke is goated. I don't care what anybody says. Now, for me, it's a Coke Zero, but my wife loves their Coke. But, like, they do it right. They know what they're doing with their fountain drinks. If they ever give you that without the straw, and you drive away and don't realize it, and then you get home or you start to sip it and you go, oh no, there's no straw. If you have to take the lid off and sip it out of the cup like a normal drink, it loses all the specialness. I don't know how to tell you it does, but it does. So I'm with you on the fork thing because I've never done that. I've only used their plastic forks, but if they gave me a metal fork, it probably wouldn't feel the same. It would probably hit a little different. I can see that. Totally. Yeah, this is good. By the way,
I've never heard of this way. You know what's crazy is I prefer
McDonald's Coke.
Sometimes I prefer to take the lid off and drink it without the lid.
But you're not drinking McDonald's Coke.
You're right. I don't drink that.
If you got the Coke,
that's too much. That's going to burn the chest.
They engineered the straw to be wider so that more of the surface area of your tongue gets hit with the Coca-Cola goodness. That's a thing. They've said this.
It's amazing to me how people are addicted to Coke.
It is.
And I'm talking to drink. I'm talking to drink.
There's been some guys.
Not the white stuff.
Listen, in the radio business, there have been some guys who are addicted to Coke. And then there are some guys who are addicted to Diet Coke. I'm just saying. There is a difference, for sure.
Why do we do it to ourselves?
Yeah, Dylan, why do we do that? You know anybody? Does Dylan Gabriel know anyone that he may have been coached by in college for a year? Does he know anyone that's... Anyway, enough of that. Allegedly. All right. So I have some examples of cheating in the SEC and the Big Ten. Which one do you want first? Big Ten or SEC?
What SEC? I mean, why would we drag the Big Ten?
Because the Big Ten, the Big Ten one's stupid.
Okay, good. It's dumb, SEC, let's do it.
Kirby Smart.
According to Jermaine Matthews, we own that. We run that.
Okay, yeah, we do. And I hope that we continue to. Did you see what Kirby Smart did in his Georgia-Auburn game? So
yeah, the timeout clap thing. He's a liar.
Oh, dude, he is such a liar. If you haven't seen this, so if you haven't seen this video, if you weren't watching this game, there's a part in the fourth quarter, I want to say early fourth quarter, where his guys are on offense. Georgia is getting ready to snap the football, and the play clock is tick, 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 5, 4, 3. And he runs down the sideline with his hands formed in a timeout motion, and he is verbally, you can see his mouth saying, timeout, timeout, timeout. And so he's doing that. The referee blows the whistle with like 1 second left and calls timeout. He instantly goes from timeout, timeout, timeout to what?
I was clapping.
And he ran out on the field, and then he starts doing a different motion and saying, I was clapping because he explained after the game. He was clapping, he said, because Auburn's players he's seen on film, they were using a clap to mimic the cadence that Georgia was using. Georgia likes to clap to get the ball snapped. Well, Auburn, other teams have tried to do this, right? Where they will clap.
Well, that's illegal. You can't do that.
You can't. And he was saying he wanted the referees to watch it because they do it and they get away with it. So he claimed when he was running down the sidelines, I was clapping. And you see him going to all these refs like, I was clapping. I was clapping.
You know what that tells me? He quick on his feet.
Oh, he knew what he was doing.
He quick
100%.
I gotta give him credit. He lies a lot.
He did lie. Oh, 100%. He is Mr. Bibleverse on Twitter, but he is Mr. Liar in the streets when it gets on the field.
It's only funny because they did a wonderful job showing him running down.
Oh, they caught it all in 4K.
Timeout.
Yes.
And then for him to switch it up, I can't believe. You got clout. He like Michael Jordan. He can get people to change calls. I've never really in real time watch the referee say, you know what, I am so sorry, you right, wave it off. Like, I've never seen that in real time.
Those referees should be fired because it's either one of two things. Either it's a delay of game or it's a timeout. One or the other is the only answer there. But instead what these refs did was they said, oh, we thought he called timeout and he didn't. Start the play clock back at 25 and redo the down. So he kept his timeout, didn't get a penalty, and then still got the benefit of a timeout where they could like change the play or anything else he wants to do. And the referees let him get away with it. They asked him in his press conference, did anybody from the SEC call you about that? And he said, no, I stand by what I said after the game, that I was just clapping when it's clearly like you can review it and see this guy is lying through his teeth. So that was the SEC cheating thing where he's getting away with it. Big Ten cheating thing, they did not get away with it, but you tell me if this is a fair penalty. USC had a running back named Brian Jackson who was listed as out before the game when they played Michigan. However, apparently during the game or right before the game, they had a couple of injuries that occurred. So they ended up suiting this guy up and playing him despite him being listed all week as out. Not questionable, not doubtful on the official Big Ten report.
You can't do that.
So here's the fine they got from the Big Ten. USC was fined $5,000.
That's it?
What are we talking about? That $5,000 is nothing.
So this man life is at stake on this. That's messed up. Did he actually play?
He played. He was in the game.
That's messed up. What was his injury?
I don't know what it was, but they had him listed completely as out before the game. I'm not sure what the actual injury was, but doesn't matter.
That's wild.
Like they had him listed as out and done and not playing at all. You can't mess around with stuff like that for the player's health or the fact that we have gambling now on everything. That's why they're doing these injury reports.
The college kids can now vote on or gamble on professional sports.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
They passed that rule.
And
don't let Emmanuel Class say he doesn't have any eligibility.
That kid
can't go
had
to college.
5 carries for 35 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, okay, so he played and scored a touchdown.
Good on him.
And he was listed as out before the game.
You know why I don't care? Because it was against the team up north.
Well, that's fine.
Cheating is cheating, okay?
Cheat against Michigan all you want, because they've obviously shown you can get away with it. So you're right. All the rules don't apply when you play Michigan. Totally with that. Ask Tyvis anything. 2 minutes away. Tweet us at Bone and Tyvis 971 or hop in the YouTube chat. Just go to YouTube, 971 The Fan, click on T-Bone and Tyvis. We'll do that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, we are seeing a disabled vehicle just south of Bexley. It's happening on I-70 eastbound just past Miller Avenue and Kelton Avenue. A left shoulder is blocked out there. And lastly, before you're heading towards Newark this morning, we are noticing another crash out there. Expect some lane closures on State Route 16 just west at Dayton Road because of that accident this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey, it's Anthony Rothman. Guys, you feel it. Something is off. It's not just signs of aging. It's your energy slipping away. It could be low testosterone, draining all the things that make you you. But it doesn't have to be this way. The solution? Testosterone replacement therapy at Synergenics and Low T Center. They use pharmaceutical-grade testosterone to increase your level that is just right for you. They are one of the only providers that accept most major insurance. They make it affordable and easy for you to start and stay on the treatment. Synergenics and Low T Center have clinics conveniently located around town in Gahanna and Dublin. You can be treated in the clinic or receive at-home treatment. Either way, it all starts with a simple and quick free test at the center. And for a limited time, get a free hormone consultation and free T-test and automatically enter for a chance to win autographed memorabilia or even tickets to a major sporting event. Get back to feeling like you again. Book your appointment now at trtmvp.com. That's trtmvp.com.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Columbus, the Blue Jackets schedule is out. And you can lock in your seats with ticket plans starting at just 11 games. Don't miss a moment of the action. Visit BlueJackets.com.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
2 men with 5 combined offspring. None of them have penises. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971. 1 hour from now, we will talk to CBJ forward. Charlie Coyle will join us right here on The Fan. Don't forget, tomorrow, more Blue Jackets tickets if you want them. We have them. We will have them tomorrow for you at 6:30, bright and early in the morning. Actually had one of our podcast listeners who said, hey, is it possible that you could put my name in the drawing even though I'm a podcast listener and I don't get up that early? Well, no. So either get up early to get these tickets, or you can always listen to the podcast, and then you get the gift that keeps on giving. Clark, you get the podcast every day in your podcast app, free of charge. It's all there for you. Wherever you get podcasts, just search T-Bone and Tyvis, and we will be right there in your device.
Get to know your resident national champion. It's time for Ask Tyvis Anything.
All right. Ask Tyvis Anything questions from Twitter and our YouTube chat. This one comes from Asphalt Soldier, who said, ask Tyvis if the NFL should rename the Comeback Player of the Year award for Joe Burrow.
I mean, that's messed up.
Next year, he's going to have another shot at it, right?
That's messed
probably
up.
out for the rest of this year, so... Yeah,
listen, Joe is a little he a little injury prone, but you know, they get him a better line, maybe that wouldn't be the case. But this one is turf toe, and he might come back this season if Joe Flacco plays well. So
he did have that, but I mean, like the guy has had like his appendix out. That's not on the line. Like, he's had a lot of random things.
The wrist thing was like I don't think that ever happened before.
That was bizarre. Yeah. Watching him on the sidelines that game when he got the wrist injury, it was very hard to figure out what was even going on there. Anthony says, Tyvis, why do you think certain NFL teams such as my 49ers are more injury-plagued than others? And with that being said, are you ready to suit up? We need help.
You know what's funny is that even when I played for the 49ers, we led the league in IR players. I don't know what it is about San Fran and injuries. It just doesn't. Actually, the strength staff got fired behind that because they led the league in IR players 2 years in a row. So they ended up firing them. And after they fired them that very next season, I think they went to the Super Bowl and they had the most healthy players. So I don't know. It's something weird about San Francisco.
Yeah. Well, that's very odd. Again, some franchises do seem
it's like either they're going to be really healthy or they're not every year.
Yeah. We've had that with the Jackets, though. Like in hockey, that's been a thing where it feels like every other year the Jackets lead the league in man games lost, where like the amount of games they could have played, but they didn't. Mm-hmm. And
think about this. All the players in San Fran is dropping like flies. Yeah. The most injury-prone player, Christian McCaffrey, is not.
Yeah, that's true. That's right. Anon77 says, Dear Tyvis, in your opinion, who is the bigger NFL fan tool? Timmy and his love for Washington, or Common Man and his love of the Bears? I contend the fandom is irrelevant. Timmy is the all-time tool. I mean, I could get behind
Timmy. Poor Timmy.
Before you answer that, can I just say, though, like, Common Man's fan of the Bears.
He hates them.
Yeah, like he would love to see his teams be good, but
Beam is like that too. He hates the Bears too.
No, but
he wants to see them do good. Though
Beam gets very positive every year about the Bears. Common Man usually doesn't get positive about any of his teams. He gets very negative.
He's a White Sox fan.
Yeah,
I mean, I understand. He's just not been a lot to be happy about. But the Bears seems like a good team this year.
Yeah, that's right.
Timmy is the answer, though.
Yeah, that's Timmy's usually the answer when it comes to biggest tool. What was the question you wanted me to get to in the chat from, was it Chris G?
Oh, yeah. What did he say? What did he say?
But I don't know, because he asked something about Downtown Dad. I don't know.
He said, Tyvis on the podcast, I heard you say sports was your way out. Did you have any backup plans? Did you enjoy doing anything else besides sports, like instruments or theater? First of all, let me tell you something. Tyvis Powell only did a theater thing once in my life. I was in the fourth grade, and I was one of the Three Musketeers. That was my thing.
Okay.
Did that.
And how did that go?
Oh, it was great. I knew my lines. I was the funniest one out of the Three Musketeers.
This does not surprise me at all.
Great. I killed it. It was perfect. The whole crowd was laughing at me.
Why didn't you go back? Did you get intoxicated by that feeling of, I can make a crowd laugh. Maybe I should go act in another play.
So my father is an actor, and I didn't want to go down that road. So I decided to blaze my own path and go the sports route.
Every time you say this stuff, I have to I'm so dumb because I genuinely am like, I didn't know that. And then I have to go, no, he's talking about Denzel Washington.
Correct. Well, first of all,
claim
this is the thing. We've been saying his name wrong. It's not Denzel. It's Denzel.
Yeah, but didn't he say that?
Denzel.
Didn't he say that?
The reason why he don't go by Denzel is because when his dad's name is Denzel. So when his mother would call, they both would say what?
So she started calling him Denzel.
So they said, let's separate this. Denzel, so he knows she talking to him.
Not to argue with one of the greatest actors of our time, but
my father.
We are saying your name correctly then, because you're saying that's how your name is said.
His name is Denzel.
The original name was, yes, but if like everyone calls you CJ because you're like Charles Jr. and everyone's like, oh, that's CJ. Yeah, like at some point that's your name. And so, yeah, Denzel is now your name.
But to answer his question, hold on, let me answer his question.
Yeah.
I told my guidance counselor when I was in high school, and I wrote it on a note, she would always say, Tyvis, I know you want to go to the NFL, and I believe that you have the ability to do that, but you have to have a plan B. I cannot let you really leave here if you don't have something else that you want to do in life. I looked her dead in the eye. Shout out to Miss Brennan. I looked her dead in the eye, and I said, Miss Brennan, it's the league or nothing. There is no plan B. Plan B is to make sure plan A works. There is no plan after that. If I don't go to the league, then I will be on the corner asking for change.
I will tell you that, I mean, that is it's good that it worked out for you, right? But no, but seriously, I feel like there is a little something to that, because even in my radio career, when people would ask me, like, what else do you want to do? And it's like, well, anything else would be like settling for failure, more or less. Because, like, this is what I wanted to do since I was, like, 10 years old. And to be fair, not everybody has that. You had that. I happen to have it in my career, and it worked out. But I'm sure there have been people who also were like, yes, I will be a stockbroker, and that will be it. And then they get to Wall Street, and they're like, no, never mind, this sucks. And you do have to make, like, a plan B. That's fine. But, yeah, I think there is something about, at least in some things, it's not bad to say it's this or nothing. Like, I got to go for it. You got to put your all into it.
What you have, Dylan?
Well, one, I'm in the same boat as you guys. I used to listen to two stupid dudes on in the afternoon and was like, man, I want to do what those guys do.
I don't know what show that would have been.
And then I think your father, Denzel Washington, wouldn't have been as big of a star as Denzel Washington. Like, the name is part of the.
What does it have to do with the orange screen performances?
It doesn't, but names and acting do matter. That's why they change their names all the time.
You talking about like Eric Bishop going by Jamie Foxx?
Right, like that.
Why does he not go by Eric Bishop?
Because Jamie Foxx it's more charismatic.
I actually do know the answer on the Jamie Foxx thing. From what I remember him saying, now maybe I've got this screwed up, but I think I have it right, was that when he was a comedian, there were a lot of male comedians, and so you kind of would get lost in the shuffle when you say your stuff out. And so he said he picked a name that sounded like it could be a woman's name or a man's name. You wouldn't know, but that stood out more because there weren't as many women comics at the time. So he put Jamie in his name, thinking that will get my stuff looked at. And then once they listen to it, they decide if they like it or not. But he said a lot of these people at clubs would just see the name on it and go, not interesting, and throw it away. So that's why he started with Jamie Foxx. And then, of course, he became famous,
and
so he stuck with it.
Eric Bishop.
I've heard of cultural appropriation. I have never heard of like sexual or gender appropriation until just now. So thanks, Jamie Foxx.
I mean, what show was he on? Was he on? He dressed up as a woman many times on TV. Am I wrong, Jamie Foxx? I'm sure he's done that.
Oh, yeah, as Cat Williams. Almost every black comedian has dressed up as a woman at some point.
Well, lots of comedians in general have had to do that. Although Cat did have that whole take on Shannon Sharp's podcast, which, yeah. Also, Cat Williams had a good golf take. You ever heard that, where he talked about, do you play, because he loves to play golf, apparently. And Cat Williams was asked by Shannon Sharp, do you play from the pins, like all the way back, the furthest tees? And he said, yeah, no, I don't do that. I've found that you don't get anything extra. Right. And that's a good way to look at life, honestly. It's like, do I get anything extra for that? No, then why am I going to bother?
Real quick, let me answer this last chat. Doug Jackson in the YouTube chat says, Tyvis, what was your most humbling moment playing at OSU, and then your most humbling moment playing in the NFL? My most humbling moment playing at OSU was
when a guy on the radio said you take bad angles at tackling. Was that it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. The most humbling moment for me at OSU is a play that I think about a lot, actually, is in my last Team Up North game. So it took all the way to the last Team Up North game for me to be humbled. They ran this screenplay, and they running back ran me over and kept it moving. Like, usually when you get ran over, like, it's like they run over you, but you make the tackle and they kind of stumble forward. No. This dude ran me over and kept going. And I was like, wow. So that humbled me.
Yeah.
Because I had the Marshawn, after that, I had to get the Marshawn Lynch motto. I know I'm going to get got, but I'm going to get mine more times than I get got. I had never been got like that before in the game. Like, in practice, that might happen, but in a game where everybody see it and the crowd reacts to it, it tears you up inside. So that was the most humbling moment. In the league, the most humbling moment in the league is I talk about how I'm a big playmaker and I make big plays. And for my entire career, I always made a big play in a big moment. Well, in the NFL, I gave up a game-winning touchdown against the Arizona Cardinals, Josh Rosen to Christian Kirk for the game, back of the end zone, touchdown. That killed me. I was like, wow. Usually I make these. I'm always on the other side of these. And the fact that I'm on the negative side, I was like, oh, yeah, I might not be as good as I think I am.
In fairness, that duo has really just ended a lot of people's careers.
You'll never hear me say anything negative about Josh Rosen or Christian Kirk. They're the greatest. They're Jerry Rice and Joe Montana to me.
My only pushback to that is, did you not feel humbled when Saquon Barkley hurdled you?
No. Nope.
Oh,
that was Joe. See, the difference between that is that was Joey's fault. Joey should have made the TFL. I shouldn't even been in that predicament. So, like, I got something to think about. That dude running me over, it ain't no excuse. He just did me filthy.
Are the Buckeyes going to be on Big Noon Kick when it comes to playing Penn State? We will talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, it's looking pretty busy by Grandview Heights. That's because we are noticing a new crash this morning. It's happening on that 670 eastbound direction just past Grandview Avenue and past that 70 intersection. Do you know a right shoulder is currently blocked out there and pretty active police presence too, looking at 11 miles per hour for your travel time. So definitely note the slower drive times this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by Roosters. Roosters is giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences, tickets, sideline passes, trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Register at roosterswings.com.
Timmy Hall and AI Common Man here for Hollywood Casino Columbus and the ESPN Bet Sportsbook.
This ain't one of them, Timmy.
It's not the show, it's a spot. All October, we're watching our football team on Saturdays and the tailgate buffet.
Ooh, Mikey likey. Plus, they've got the 3 apps for $12 deal, and you can beat the crowds and reserve a table.
Yes, do that at HollywoodColumbus.com. And we got a special offer this month. Become a new member of our rewards program on the ESPN Penn Play app and get a $20 dining credit.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Football season's heating up, and so are the deals at Germain Toyota. Right now, drive home a rugged 2025 Toyota Tacoma with 2.99% APR for up to 48 months, or go big with the all-new 2026 Toyota Tundra, also 2.99 APR for up to 72 months. Built tough, built smart, built for whatever your game day brings. Find your next Toyota at Germain Toyota at the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road, or start your next adventure online at germaintoyota.net. Germain Toyota of Columbus. See dealer for details.
Hey friends, Beamer here. In the spirit of Halloween, Awaken 180 is offering free consultations. Learn how scary fast and how scary easy losing weight can be. For mine, I brought all the questions, and in the end, Awaken 180 was an absolute no-brainer for me. Determine if Awaken 180 is right for you. The free consultations end October 31st. Reserve by phone only at 844-346-1800. For details and the number, visit awaken180weightloss.com. Scary easy with scary fast results.
Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day. The kitchen drain has had enough. The toilet's called it quits. The faucet in the master bath, it's throwing childish fits.
In a flash, I'm at your door to win your water war. I battle leaks and clogs and drips until they are no more.
Free service call with your plumbing repair.
Call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
5 words no one wants to hear. You need a new roof. What do? Who do you call? How are you going to pay for it? Hey, it's Timmy Hall, and these are all questions that run through people's minds when they hear those 5 words. But if you pick up the phone and call Victor's Home Solutions, your new roof will be the easiest, most hassle-free home improvement project you'll ever do. Victor's has thousands of 5-star ratings for both customer service and high-quality installation. Plus, they offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. And since no one wants to pay these high interest rates for a limited time, Victor's is offering 5-year, no-interest financing with minimum monthly payments for qualified buyers. So if you need a new roof, don't stress. Victor's Home Solutions has your back. It starts with a free 21-point roof inspection. It assesses the exact condition of your roof and what needs to be done next. Set up your inspection today. 866-VICTORS. That's 866-VICTORS, or online at victors.com.
Another summer has ended, and you may have noticed that your energy is lower, your workouts aren't as productive. Perhaps you aren't sleeping as well and feel foggy all the time. Maybe even your sex drive is off. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And if you're experiencing some or all of these symptoms, it's likely you have low testosterone. And if that's what's going on with you, don't wait. You need to call us at Tri-State Men's Health and get treated for your low T. Because living with low testosterone is no way to live. With our low T treatments, if you're like most guys, your life will change considerably. Improved sleep, better energy, greater gains in the gym, better mental clarity, and your sex drive will likely improve as well. Plus, most men see these results in just a few weeks. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes PSA and T-test and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices in the tri-state area to serve you.
Join Rothman and Ice every Thursday at 2:30 for Gold Jacket Thursday.
Presented by the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
A new Hall of Famer joins the show every week. But not OJ, because he's dead and probably a murderer. The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Federal Elite Heating and Cooling and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
One of these men is bald and fat. The other is T-Bone. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
We got a lot of Jacket stuff coming up this week. We're going to talk to Charlie Coyle, new Jackets forward, today at 8:30. Tomorrow at 7:30, we'll talk to Dean Evison, head coach of your Jackets, ahead of their game against the Colorado Avalanche. Also have tickets to give away to the Lightning game this Saturday. Do that tomorrow at 6:30. Friday, we have a special guest coming in studio. And I just got this confirmed by the Jackets yesterday. In honor of the 25th anniversary, right? We've got all that stuff happening this weekend. They're honoring a lot of people. Ron Tugnut. Vote Tugnut. The Tugger. He's going to be here. I can't wait. He's going to be in studio Friday. I believe we've got that slated for 8:30. So I can't wait. I don't care if anybody else likes that interview. I'm excited to talk to Ron Tugnut. That one's for me.
That's a big deal for the true day one.
Well, he was a day one guy. Absolutely right. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that one quite a bit. Ohio State, Penn State. The thinking has been all season long that that's going to be a noon kick, big noon kick. It's the two of the premier programs in the Big Ten. Obviously, Ohio State, we know, drives the numbers. But given how Penn State sucks now, lost 3 straight, fired their head coach, their starting quarterback is done. Drew Aller is not just done for the season, probably done at Penn State, done with his college career. So now does that game have the same juice? Awful Announcing had this. They were talking to sources who said it's like a 30% chance they move that game out of Big Noon, and actually that could end up being a 3:30 or even a night game. Now, the reasoning for that is that USC and Nebraska are going head-to-head that weekend. That could be a potentially more juicy matchup for the playoffs because Penn State is virtually out of the playoffs at this point. They are out of it. And so even though the game could be good, may not have the same implications. Where do you fall on that, Tyvis? Do you think that's likely to happen?
No.
That it moves off of Big Noon?
No. I think that, first of all, it's the Buckeyes. I think when you run the risk. When you got the Buckeyes, it's guaranteed that you will get at least a certain number. You know, when you talk, we talked about the Maryland and USC. And
Nebraska, USC.
Or excuse me, Nebraska.
Maryland has
USC.
one. I think it's Maryland and Indiana too. But that could be a good game as well.
That could be a good game too. But we'll see. But obviously, with USC playing Notre Dame this week, and then Nebraska is playing
Minnesota,
which you never know. You never know. You would think that Nebraska would do it easily, but when Minnesota might turn it into a game. So that's that. You got that part of it going. I just think that Penn State has a really good crowd or a fan base, whether it's up or down. And I think that is the only thing that they have to look forward to. You know, they don't have all the big time games is gone because their record is going to be what it is. But for that fan base, what's a better way to say, you know what? It's not all that bad. Like, they need a Super Bowl. It's like it's like the team up north. They stink this year, but if they beat Ohio State, that's a successful season. Penn State probably feels the same way. No disrespect to Heron, because I know he's going to be in the chat talking about, we suck.
Disrespect.
And we only lost 2 games. I don't want to hear. You know what I mean.
Tell your coach to put his mechanics jacket back on and get out there, because I don't understand what that's all about with Sharon Moore. But yeah, to your point, Penn State has a 14% chance, according to the FBI matchup predictor on ESPN Analytics, 14% chance of winning that game. If Fox wants to put on the best game of the week, which 2 teams would be more likely to put that on? Nebraska-USC could be a much better game, although
we would know the answer to this question after this week, I feel like.
Yeah, that's probably what they're going to do, is at least wait till after this week. They don't have to do it until technically 6 days before, but we talked about this earlier. For those who don't know the way this all works, Fox every year gets the first 3 picks for the best games in the college football schedule of all the games they have access to, which is the Big Ten largely, right? So they go and look and say, which weekend has the best games on it? They don't actually pick the game. They get the first pick of the weekend on 3 separate weekends. The weekends they chose this year were the weekend, obviously, of the Michigan game, which they already have announced they're picking the Michigan game. We know that. Mm-hmm. They picked the first weekend of the season when Ohio State played Texas, and obviously we know they put that on Big Noon. Fox's third weekend they picked, the top 3 they picked was November 1st. So they have first choice this November 1st weekend of whatever game they want, but they can theoretically pick another game other than Ohio State and Penn State. They're not locked into that. So and then if let's say they choose Nebraska USC, then I don't know who has the next pick, but let's say it's CBS. CBS would probably say, great, we'll take Ohio State at 3:30. Thank you. If it's NBC, they would probably say, yeah, then we'll take them at 7 or 7:30. So each of them have their time slots locked in. It's not really about Fox moving the game to the night. They really wouldn't do that. It would be about who puts it on their primetime slot. CBS's is 3:30. NBC's is 7:30. Fox's Big Noon. So whoever ends up picking this game, that will tell you which time slot it goes to.
Hey, don't sleep on Cincinnati and Utah that weekend. 2 ranked Big 12 opponents.
They have access to those games,
maybe
too.
Fox wants to go there. No, Utah already burned them when they played Texas Tech this year.
They sure did.
That's because what you get for believing in Utah. I told everybody about that. Don't believe in no Utah. I can't believe they back in the top 25.
But you know what? Fox has that this weekend. They have the Holy War. Utah and BYU, that's at 8 p.m. And they're putting that one on Big Boy Fox. Like, that's where that one's going to go. So
this week?
Yeah, because BYU's 15th and Utah is still technically in the top 25. I know you don't believe in them, but BYU's undefeated. Utah has that one horrible loss to Texas Tech, but it's a big rivalry game. So they're putting that on Fox.
They're 23rd, so big ranked matchup in the Holy War.
I can't wait till BYU wins this game and we're done with Utah for the
What did Utah do to you?
Utah. It's just Utah.
Because he hates Urban Meyer. And they helped launch Urban Meyer's career. I think that's what it is. That's what it is right there. Yeah.
It's because Urban wouldn't say hi to me as a freshman. That's why. That's
at least,
where our
did he remember your name at least, or was he like, hey,
he
safety,
said,
corner, whatever you are?
Do you hate Bowling Green too then in Florida?
Oh, yeah.
Bowling Green has Eddie George. So.
That's right. Bowling Green, we talked about yesterday.
Florida's beneath me.
Yeah. Bowling Green got the big rivalry win this weekend over Toledo. Shout out to them. Battle of I-75. Nice comeback victory for Eddie and the boys at Bowling Green. We'll come back. What do the NFL types think of Ohio State's best players? We'll tell you next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Still watching a couple of issues on the roads this morning, starting over on the west side. Still looking at this crash on 70 in that eastbound direction, just past Wilson Road and past that 270 intersection. Do expect some lane closures out there, and a similar trend going on for folks if you're approaching Newark this morning. Do be mindful of a crash and incident out there. State Route 16 in that westbound direction at Dayton Road. Expect those lane closures this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Your game day headquarters is here at ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus, the only place to watch and win. Catch every play on more than 30 TVs and over 50 feet of video wall. Score tickets, signed professional and college sports memorabilia, and Penn cash prizes. Join the watch parties for every home team game with a tailgate buffet and bucket specials. Plus, get official game day swag with every table reservation. Game day lives here, only at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Hear those leaves crunching under your feet? Feel that cool nighttime air? It's definitely fall in Ohio. Fall is the perfect time to have the Waterworks Heating and Cooling inspect and tune up your furnace before the cold winter months hit. Just $89 to inspect and protect your family against those wintertime furnace breakdowns. Call 614-232-2222 or visit thewaterworks.com today to schedule your $89 fall furnace inspection and tune-up. Winter is just days away.
Truck drivers, it's time to take your skills to a company that invests in your safety and comfort. Schneider's newer and well-maintained equipment keeps drivers moving and making money. Our trucks are spec'd with the latest safety and comfort features that drivers want. Plus, we offer a huge selection of driving jobs so you can find a job with the home time and schedule you've been looking for. Upgrade to a better driving job today. Search jobs near you and apply now at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
Millions of fans agree. This Christmas tradition rocks. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert, presenting The Ghost of Christmas Eve, the best of TSO and more. December 23rd, 2 shows, Nationwide Arena. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Trans-Siberian Orchestra. A portion of the proceeds benefits the James and Heather Pick Music Program.
You've heard about the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Yeah, that's an old one. My dad told that one to me. But when it's your real feet, it's not a game. It's awful. Hey, it's Anthony. I had pain in my feet and my lower back, so I went to the Good Feet store and got the support I needed in my shoes that changed the game for me. I went in and they personally fit me for arch supports that would be perfect for my feet. The fitting process is simple. They ask the right questions about exactly what I was experiencing and the lifestyle I want to be able to live. They professionally measured my feet and arch size, and before I knew it, I was wearing my new arch supports home. Get back to living the life you love with the Good Feet store. For more than 30 years, they've taken great pleasure in helping thousands discover the comfort they've been dreaming of. I'm a customer. I have their 3-step system put into all of my shoes. Get professionally fitted at the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway or Stringtown Road in Grove City. Learn more at goodfeet.com.
Hey Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions, and yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family-owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL. 614-962-7355 or selltohometeam.com.
I used to have a beautiful jump shot, but then I broke my wrist and lost my range of motion. But with QC Kinetics, I got my jump shot back. Hey, it's Tyvis Powell. People just like you are finding lasting relief without steroids, medication, or surgery. You'll see their best orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Ray Tesner. Here's how it works. Your blood contains tiny healing tools. At QC Kinetics, Dr. Tesner and his team get to the root of where your pain stems from. By putting these natural elements to work, your body can revitalize your joints, literally using your own power to heal. It's a simple injection, not a hospital stay. It's fast, all natural, and there's no downtime. If your back, knees, or shoulders are keeping you from enjoying life, explore all your options before you agree to more pills or surgery. Call QC Kinetics today and schedule a free consultation with Dr. Tesner and his team. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Ohio State Buckeyes and head coach Ryan Day are preparing for a trip up to Camp Randall this week as the Scarlet and Gray take on a familiar foe in Luke Fickell and the Wisconsin Badgers. However, yesterday during his press conference, Ryan Day was asked about his thoughts on the firing of Penn State head coach James Franklin.
Anytime you're somewhere for as long as he has, he did a lot of great things. We had a lot of great games against each other. So, yeah, take a chance to reflect on it all. But he's going to land on his feet. He's a really good coach.
And last night in the MLB playoffs, the Los Angeles Dodgers took Game 2 of the National League Championship Series 5-1 to put LA up 2-0 in the series. The Blue Jays will take on the Mariners in the ALCS tonight. Seattle is up 2-0 in that series. This update was sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy's office at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. That's 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or online at sleepbettercolumbus.com.
One of these men was prom king. It was T-Bone. I swear to God, you think I'm lying, don't you? But I'm serious. He didn't always look like this, okay? Here's the prom king and Tyvis.
One of my favorite things in life is when you can buy something and then get the same thing again for free. That's a good deal. The BOGOs, you get that at the store sometimes, maybe at a restaurant, they'll say, buy one sandwich, get one free. Big old fat boy like me, I like that. However, I've never really encountered it anywhere else other than my friends at Window Nation, where it's buy two, get 2 for free. And that's what they have going on right now. And it's an unlimited number. When you buy your windows from Window Nation, you buy 2 of them, you get 2 for free, but that number can go up. You buy 4, you get 4 for free. Buy 8, you get 8 for free. I don't know how many windows you have in your house, but I know your windows probably suck because you've sat next to them and you felt that cold air coming through as the chilly mornings and evenings start happening. You're noticing it. Get it fixed. Go with Window Nation. They can replace your windows in 1 day. Each window comes with a 50-point inspection. Plus, they're installed by their installation crews that have upwards of 15 years of experience on each of those crews on average. So check out Window Nation today. They've also got no interest till 2027. So you're buy 2, get 2 free and no interest for 2 years. That's great. Check them out today. WindowNation.com is how you set up your fast free estimate with the pros at Window Nation. Just go there today. WindowNation.com. But don't wait. You got to do it before October 31st to lock in those deals. WindowNation.com.
So in the chat, it's been brought to my attention by Heron that we need to come up with a nickname for the people that's the dedicated guys that's every day in the chat. We need to come up with. I don't know if I should say what his.
Well, Heron is a Michigan man. What is the comment? Go ahead and read it.
It says, well, it's Dylan. Us YouTube guys who support the show and our regulars need a nickname. How does BBC sound? Best Big Ten companions.
We could. Yeah. British Broadcasting Company, I think, is the only way that acronym's ever been used.
Goodness.
But that one's taken. That's trademarked, so I don't think we can use that. But right. I like that.
OnlyFans.
He's a porn star.
That's already taken.
Sorry,
that's already taken too. So here's what I would say. Help us out. Figure out what the YouTube. Or I don't even know if it's just the YouTube chat. It's people who tweet us, people who interact with our show. However you do. We need a name for the diehard listeners. I do like that idea. Like, I'm trying. Like, was it Rush Limbaugh many years ago? He used to have his listeners were called Ditto Heads. I don't know why they were called that, but they were.
The Ditto Heads.
Jim Rome had the Jungle, right? So he had his guys were in the jungle. I don't know if they had other nicknames like that. There's a podcast I listen to, The Solid Verbal. It's a college football podcast. They call their listeners Verballers, which I think is a great nickname. So we got to. I think it's something like that. Let's get a name going for our guys. You could, tweet us that, @Bone and Tyvis 971, or the YouTube chat, where apparently a lot of you already are. Just drop it in there. Drop your ideas in. Maybe you should do something with our names, like T-Bone, Tyvis. Maybe there should be a T theme to that. Though Dylan is not a T name, you're ruining the vibe there.
I'm not a host. You guys can have the,
Oh, look, now you want to be a part of this.
I would love to be a part of it, but I'm just saying. Don't feel needed to include me.
I want to because honestly, if we had two D names instead of T names, we could go with DDT, like a wrestling term.
Because I was thinking you guys TNT, something dynamite explosive.
Oh yeah.
Some type of reference to that.
TNT. I'm dynamite.
Yeah. We could try to pick a current reference, but that's fine too. We can go back. That's fine. We can do whatever.
That's too far back for you?
Yeah.
Hey, some people still want AC/DC to be the Super Bowl halftime performer. Okay, so they're not too old for a lot of people.
Some people want Lee Greenwood to be the halftime show, which I don't understand at all. But whatever, to each their own. Okay, what do the NFL think of Ohio State's players? I don't know what the whole NFL thinks, but early returns are that they are going to be wildly popular with the NFL draft because Mel Kiper put out his big board rankings yesterday, his first one in the midseason since college football started. I'll read you the top 10. Number 1, he has Dante Moore. Number 1 player on the board.
Really?
Yes, and I found that shocking.
Okay.
I think Dante Moore's really good. I don't know if he's the number 1 guy I would take out of everyone in college football that's draft eligible, but Dante Moore, he has at 1. Jeremiah Love, running back for Notre Dame, at 2. Fernando Mendoza, Indiana quarterback, at 3. Arvell Reese, number 4.
Wait a minute, pause. Let me go back to Dante Moore. Do you know that he was born in East Cleveland, Ohio?
I didn't know that.
I didn't either. So I brought that to my attention. No, I think he was born there, but I don't think he went to high school there.
You know what? We can still claim him if he's good.
Yeah, he's from Detroit. He went to Detroit.
That's all right. He was born in Ohio.
Yes, East Cleveland.
Built in Ohio.
See,
that's what I'm saying.
This man is from EC.
The greatest athletes are born in Northeast Ohio.
That's what I've been told.
Or Greece.
We haven't even got the NBA season starting yet. I cannot wait for all your Giannis is the greatest hot takes. I also can't wait for Wembanyama to stuff him in a locker this year because he's now 7'7". Do you see that? Victor Wembanyama has grown. They said he's 7'7" now. So I don't keep growing. He's great.
Defensive player of the year for every year to come.
Yeah, probably. All right, so Arvell Reese is 4 on the big board for Mel Kiper. Does that shock you?
It does. It does. Now, he's been wonderful. I mean, he's been sensational. He's one of the best players. But to have him over Caleb Downs, that's wild to me.
Well, it feels like obviously this wouldn't have happened before the season, but everybody watching him this year, I think, has been like surprised at just how good he is.
My thing is this. I like to be critical of players at times because I think that when you go to the next level, that's what it is.
Oh, you like to have high expectations for your team? Go on. I'm right there with you.
The thing about him, what position is he playing in the next level? That's the question. Because I think that matters. The system that he goes to matters. I was just talking to my cousin about this. I was talking about Arvell Reese and how if you told me Arvell would go to like Pittsburgh, I would say, oh yeah, for sure. He would be that guy. But if you're telling me he's gonna go somewhere like Cleveland to be a traditional Mike linebacker, I don't know. Yeah. I think he has to be one of those. He's got to go to that 3-4 system where he's that outside backer that can rush the passer. Because I don't know how well he does in coverage. If you ever notice, a lot of the times when they're in coverage, he's either blitzing or coming off the edge, or he one of them pop-out players.
Yeah.
So, like, but they've never really said be at linebacker, drop back to the hook, and play the hook like that. Because
when you're in the NFL, you're going to have to like cover.
Well, if you're in the NFL, they're going to
like,
say the NFL is going to yes, they're going to figure it out, and they're going to make sure that you can do everything. So I worry about that part. Like right now, they do a great job at Ohio State disguising it, and people never even notice that. Like, oh, he's not right doing a traditional hook drop. He's on the line of scrimmage. And he's about to blitz or he's about to come off the edge, but he pops out and plays like that low hook. Like that's what they're doing to disguise his pass coverage ability.
Well, his measurables are off the charts. Everybody loves that part of it. And I think that I've always wondered when he gets to the NFL, will he be more of a hybrid player or will he be like you're talking about, like a traditional linebacker?
I think
it depends on the system he goes to.
Yes, he needs to go to a 3-4 system and play that outside backer.
Yeah. When I saw Arvell at number 4 on this list, I was kind of disappointed for like gatekeeping purposes. Like I've enjoyed being like, oh yeah, Arvell Reese, he's really good, guys. But the cat's like out of the bag now. It's clear. It's purely out of the bag. If Mel Kiper has him as the 4th best player of all draft eligible players, it's like the secret is out. But I mean,
could you imagine if Arvell Reese falls in this draft, how Mel Kiper will lose his mind? Like how he did with Shedeur?
You mean to tell me?
I don't think he will. I'm just saying if he falls to like 25, Mel Kiper may have a stroke on the air.
You mean to tell me Arvell ain't coming back for his senior season?
I mean, who knows? TBD.
There's no chance. I don't remember what play it was on Saturday, but I remember he made a pretty nice play, and I thought to myself, well, it was a nice 1 year with him being a starter.
Yeah, I get that vibe for sure.
It's crazy,
especially if this is anywhere close to what NFL talent evaluators think of him. Like
this is how Buckeye Nation is like insane like this because it's people out there that's going to be mad at Cody Simon because Arvell only played 1 year. That's just like people was mad at me because Malik played 1 year. Not knowing that Malik was actually Von's backup, but that's another story there. But people was mad at me like, we only got to experience Malik for 1 year because of me. And it's like, we're mad because we only got Arvell Reese for 1 year because of Cody. But Cody was like really good. So it's like kind of crazy.
You've clearly let that go. So that's good. You've moved on from that and let that go.
No, it's one of those examples. I'm giving examples of how some people think.
Those people are stupid or we wouldn't have gotten the 2 greatest interceptions in Ohio State history.
That's right.
Well,
exactly
Malik definitely got us a bunch of interceptions.
Not the way.
And pick sixes, by the way.
The other Ohio State guys on Mel Kiper's big board very quickly. He has Caleb Downs at 7. So Arvell Reese 4, Caleb Downs 7. And then down at 12, he has Carnell Tate.
Oh, good.
So 3 guys in the top 12 for this big board, which I think is fantastic. Like that does not shock me at all.
It's amazing that out of those 3 guys, the one guy that didn't play a lot last year is the best.
Yeah, right? That's You know what though? That's Ohio State, man. That's the problems that you like to have. Is
But
guys
this is
and I think it has to do a little bit with Matt Patricia getting credit for that too, right? Putting him in the right spot to be successful, knowing what he's got there.
You definitely know that he can do it on the NFL level if a defensive coordinator from the NFL is showing you this is how you got to utilize him. You could get the best out of him if you put him in this situation. So that's why on the defensive side it's always like that. And then Brian Hartline being a former receiver, obviously they got JSN leading the freaking NFL in receiving yards and Bomb and G New on post routes.
Well, hey. So what? You know what?
But
Who cares?
the thing about the linebacker thing is it was only a matter of time before this happened because when James was coaching them, like I said, like that's stealing. Like you got a dude who was one of the best linebackers in college, went to the NFL, was a great linebacker in the NFL, and he's teaching them like that's
right.
Like you got no choice but to be really good.
Well, you have heard of the game, clearly. You have heard of the other college rivalries like the Red River Shootout, the Iron Bowl, El Assico, Iowa State. We don't have a lot of good rivalry nicknames in the NFL, but we should. And I think we got a nice little start on a nickname for one game coming up this week. You'll hear that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Still watching a couple of issues on the roads this morning, starting over on the west side. Still looking at this crash on 70 in that eastbound direction, just past Wilson Road and past that 270 intersection. Do expect some lane closures out there, and a similar trend going on for our folks. If you're approaching Newark this morning, do be mindful of a crash and incident out there. State Route 16 in that westbound direction at Dayton Road. Expect those lane closures this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
When your furnace or air conditioner is broke, we come out that same day. Dormar, home the Tin Man.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with low prices in every aisle. Kroger shoppers never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Be an early bird and save on your Thanksgiving turkey today. Select frozen grade A Kroger brand turkeys are 99 cents a pound with your card. Limit 2. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Country music's biggest selling superstar, Luke Combs presents My Kinda Saturday Night Tour.
Sounds like my kind of Saturday night.
Luke Combs, live in concert in Columbus, playing at Ohio Stadium, Saturday, April 25th, with special guests Dierks Bentley, Ty Myers, Jake Worthington, and Thelma and James. Register now for the pre-sale at lukecombs.com.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good.
Just announced. Get 0% financing for 60 months on all 2025 Tucson and Tucson hybrids. Columbus or Dublin or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit ends 11/3.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
Ever wonder where your go-to maintenance person gets the metal products they need to fix yours and everyone else's problems? The best in the business go to Metal Supermarkets for their wide variety of metal products and shapes to tackle projects from simple to complex. Metal Supermarkets is your source for all metals cut to size and ready fast. No minimum order with maximum service. Visit the family-owned franchise on North Wilson Road or at Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000. 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Morning Juice, real football talk. Just two guys who aren't afraid to say what needs to be said. And that's how she wrote.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Now streaming mornings on YouTube and 10 TV Plus. Attack and dominate. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Starting off this morning, not too chilly, but you still might need a light jacket. Daytime highs eventually getting up right around 70 degrees this afternoon with plenty of sunshine. And then for tonight, cooler with our overnight lows in the upper 30s in some spots to mid to low 40s. For Thursday, plenty of sunshine and a tad cooler as our highs get in the mid to upper 60s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfolo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
We are your radio home for the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. We may have a bit of a football problem. Oh, yeah. The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Just a reminder, Tyvis thinks all pizza tastes the same. Also a reminder, Tyvis was born without taste buds. You're listening to Bone and Tyvis.
ED is nothing more than a medical condition. Studies show that around 50% of men over age 50 have some form of the condition, and young men can be affected by ED as well. But what you may not know is ED stems from a variety of causes, and these often call for different treatment strategies. And that's what my guys at Tri-State Men's Health does. They work when the pills and the herbals fail. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%. Some of those treatments can have you last an hour or more. There are 6 locations located in Ohio, 2 of them located in Columbus. One is in Hilliard. The other one, the one I go to, is in Westerville. Schedule a consult with Tri-State Men's Health today. Your initial visit is $99 and includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider, a TMPSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose does not work in the office, your visit is free. They have an expert staff, and if you're like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. So call them today at 800-900-9654. or visit tristatemenshealth.com.
We put it out there for the people. Nickname for the diehard listeners of this show, right? That's a thing in radio. People have that on their shows. There's, The Jungle with Jim Rome used to be a thing. I think it might still be. So we asked for your suggestions on our YouTube stream. Downtown Dad said the early idiots. Not bad. I want to be clear. There are no bad ideas. There are just ideas we won't pick. But there's no bad ideas. This is a brainstorming session. So I like that. Craig said the triple R's, rambunctious Riley Reeds. I don't know if that's one we're going to use.
He's a porn star.
Thank you. Okay. Rusty said the bench warmers reminds me of Tyvis's NFL career.
Damn.
It's a little harsh.
Yikes.
John, a few people suggested like boneheads. John was one of them, but that's just me. That's not me and Tyvis and Dylan. We need to work it all in there. Heron said that Tyvis needs to get his head out of the gutter. Oh, that's because we were talking about what was his suggestion earlier?
The BBC.
The BBCs, which I don't think we're going to go. Mitchell said the T-baggers, because there's T-Bone and Tyvis.
That's clever.
Bob said the T-squares. All right. That's like a building thing. Carpentry thing.
No, I think it's more like
T-squared. I know it's 2 of us square, but then again, you're left. I still need it needs to be the DTT or something, not the, we got to have us all in there. I like this one from Little Bungus, who said the Powell Rangers, which I really like that. The Mighty Morphin Powell Rangers. That's pretty good. But this one, this is, for me, the leader in the clubhouse. You tell me. Chris said, how about the Woodpeckers? since Bone likes birds and Tyvis goes to the clinic. But you know what? Here's the thing. One, we make a lot of jokes on this show that would involve woodpecker. I think that'd be good.
Yes.
Also, we have a segment called Morning Wood.
We do.
We could spell woodpeckers like that one is spelled WOULD. And woodpeckers get up early and they make a lot of noise. That is definitely our YouTube chat. Up early, making a lot of noise.
Right. One that's just you, but Jessica messaged me and said the T-boners. That is my favorite one. Okay.
Having sex?
I don't know why. Why is that playing? Stop. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably with either T-baggers or the woodpeckers at this point, but you can keep sending us those at Bone and Tyvis 971. Please let us know what you think. We're always open to suggestions there. All right, so the game, the Iron Bowl, these are good names. Red River Shootout. Go to hell with Red River Rivalry. I'm not calling it that. But this is from Cam Hayward. Cam Hayward was in the locker room while Aaron Rodgers was getting interviewed with the Steelers yesterday.
Okay.
They're asking about the game, and the question involved, hey, you're 41 years old. Joe Flacco's 40 years old. This is like the oldest matchup in NFL history of two quarterbacks, combined age of 81. And so as the reporter's asking Aaron Rodgers this question, before he can answer, you hear Cam Hayward jumping in with a great name for this game.
Oldest quarterbacks playing this week. Let's go. Woo! Icy hot bowl. I love it.
Here we go. The Icy Hot Bowl is it. I like it. I love a good nickname for a game, and we've got one this weekend. Whose arm falls off first, Joe Flacco's or Aaron Rodgers? They both can still play. Crazy enough.
The Icy Hot Bowl. It's crazy that Aaron actually moves better than Joe, and he's the older one. That's kind of crazy.
That is crazy. We talked about this earlier. That game is tomorrow, and I believe that they're going with their like white tiger Bengal outfits. You're not a fan? They're fine. I don't know. I mean, some people really love a white uniform. I can take it or leave it, but
if Joe goes and saves their season,
if Flacco does,
yeah, Flacco saves their season.
Yeah.
One, that's going to make the Browns look dumb, which...
Is it?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
One, the Browns have done more than enough to look dumb, regardless of how Joe Flacco
is. That is very true.
However...
And second, I understand why Mike Tomlin was frustrated with the Browns.
I think I saw a few people make this point. It's spot on. Mike Tomlin saying, like, oh, you gave your opponents a chance to win now by giving them Joe Flacco. That's only true if you've never watched Joe Flacco play this year, because he wasn't the Joe Flacco from a few years ago. Not even close.
He might be.
But he hasn't looked like that.
He played one game with them.
No, I'm saying with the Browns. We saw plenty of him.
He ain't had nobody to throw to.
Okay, but he also
they was dropping
terrible.
The ball. Not game one.
One game he's you know what?
Flacco, my cracko.
This is Bengals sound now. It's no longer Browns sound. All I can tell you is I don't think that he is going to turn this. The only thing he may do is allow them to like play 500 football the rest of the way.
That's all they need.
Yes, and then they need Joe Burrow to get healthy, which I don't know if that's even going to happen in time for
He's
this
supposed
to matter.
Come back, what, is it December?
Well, the original timeline was 3 months. So if that has stayed the same, then that would be right around the middle of December for him to get back. But you're right, it could be quicker or it could take longer. And maybe he's not fully up to speed by the time they need him at the end of the year. I don't know. But we'll get.
They want, by the time, if Joe Burrow comes back, they want in that little graphic that they put up, in the hunt, and Cincinnati's name needs to be in there. That's all they can ask out of Joe.
I mean,
in the hunt.
I think it's possible, but we're also not taking into account what the Bengals are, which is why did Joe Burrow? Why has the number one thing about Joe Burrow been he'll never win in Cincinnati? Because of this offensive line. Like that's everything.
Went to the Super Bowl with a terrible.
No, but everything since that has been they're doing to him what the Colts did to Andrew Luck. They're not giving him an offensive line that will protect him.
Let me look at Cincy's schedule.
I'm just saying
Cincinnati.
They don't have an offensive line. If Joe Burrow struggled with that, how the hell is Joe Flacco going to stay upright and be healthy enough
can win
to
the
do
next,
this?
They potentially could win the next 3 games.
Well,
Steelers, Jets, Bears. They win that. That would get them to what, 5-4?
Yep.
Ooh.
I love
Jackson.
when Tyvis says, let me take a bad team schedule and look at it.
They get
it's
the
my
5.
favorite exercise of the show.
Excited. They get the 5 and 4.
Yeah. I should have pulled this audio
it's
for
gonna
the
be
show.
a hoo-day.
Bad on my part for not getting this audio, but they asked Joe Flacco, like, oh, what's your favorite part about playing with, like, Jamar and T? And he was like, the way they pluck the ball out of the sky, which to me meant they can catch the ball. That's what he really wanted to say. Receivers that can catch the ball.
I still remember when Flacco's, like, original run with the Ravens where they won the Super Bowl, and how at the time, because remember they won the Super Bowl and then he went out and got a huge contract right after that from the Ravens.
Right.
And I remember saying at the time, Anquan Bolden should be getting like one of those like edible arrangements or something from Joe Flacco because he basically gave that man a contract because he could pluck the ball out of the sky where it was like, this ball's going out of bounds. Except Anquan Bolden would just show up and...
Or he had Jacoby Jones, who you couldn't overthrow because he was just that fast.
Also, if Joe Flacco does save the season, like you think he will...
I didn't say he will.
Okay, like you think he can potentially do.
Yeah.
You're right. Do you think they'll bring him back next year, or
Not a chance.
Or will the star quarterback get jealous and have him,
not a
booted out of town?
That's only a thing in Cleveland. By the way,
he need to go ahead and sit down.
I need everybody to hear me say this clearly because we could get into trouble if I don't read this right. Kurt said the Steelers are going to flack around and find out tomorrow.
Flacco, my Cracko.
Go Bengals. Put that on the shirt. We need that. That's
Flack
great.
around and find out.
Careful.
You gotta be
can't read it quick.
You got to be
can't
real
read that
careful.
quick. You got to take your time with that. Make sure every letter is enunciated properly. Yes, but that's, you know what? Fine. Just because of what it would do to Steelers fans, I'm rooting for the Bengals tomorrow. I'm rooting for Joe Flacco to get it done because that would make the Steelers fans miserable. But that's about all I care about at this point. Tell you what I also care about. 2 minutes away, we're going to talk Blue Jackets hockey with a Blue Jacket. Charlie Coyle joins us in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Noticing more slowdowns on the roads this time around over on the east side, especially by the airport. Noticing a crash on 270, that southbound ramp to 670 westbound. Do expect some lane closures out there. Over on the north side, just south of Westerville, a crash on 71. That's southbound ramp to 270 eastbound. Also expect some lane restrictions out there. Pretty slow moving, folks, so make sure to pack the patience and be extra safe on the roads this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Say goodbye to car care headaches with Carvenience from Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. For only $49, we'll pick up your vehicle, leave you with a rental, and return it fully serviced and spotless. No more juggling your schedule or wasting hours at the shop. Carvenience lets you focus on what matters while we take care of all the rest, making life easier. Schedule your service today at HindererMotorCompany.com.
When you're building a nursery school, elementary school, charter school, high school, vocational school, or jiu-jitsu school, lean on green. Sunbelt Rentals. With the largest rental fleet and most rental locations in Columbus, you can count on us to get you the right equipment at the right price right now. No matter what you got going in or going up. All powered by people. For equipment know-how, support, transport, and training. No wonder the Columbus builders who are building Columbus lean on green. Sunbelt Rentals. Learn more at sunbeltrentals.com.
Guys, can you feel your energy slipping away, losing what makes you, you? It could be low testosterone. Take action now. Synergenics and Low T Center can help reclaim your energy with a quick and simple free T-test. Visit a local Synergenics or Low T Center and receive pharmaceutical-grade testosterone, never compounded like other clinics. Treatment is covered by most major insurance with affordable self-pay options. The best you is waiting. Book your free T-test at trtmvp.com.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
T-Bone and Tyvis present Talking Jackets. Talking Jackets.
A score! A turnover by the Islanders and Adam Fantilli. One more time. Puts it in the net.
Your look inside the world of the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING. When you need a company you can trust.
Every Wednesday this time, we talk to a Jackets player, and this week we get to talk to forward Charlie Coyle, new addition to your Columbus Blue Jackets on the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Charlie, thanks for taking the time this morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
First game at Nationwide Arena for you this past week. You got to check that out Monday night. I know it's not the result you wanted, but what did you think of the crowd, the atmosphere on opening night there in your new barn?
It was awesome. We did one of those blue carpet arrivals, and I'd never done one of those before. It's my 14th year in the league, and I've seen them. Certain teams do those, and always secretly kind of wanted to partake in one because you see how excited everyone is and the fans, and everyone's geared out for that home opener. So to see everyone come out and just the energy and the atmosphere of it, it gets you a little more excited than you already are to play there. And the crowd was awesome. I've played in that building many times, but of course in the opposite end. But to be on the same side and hearing the cannon go off, and I thought it was great. The only thing we didn't do was get them a win, but there's plenty more of those to come. But we know they'll be sticking with us the whole way.
I was going to ask you, given the fact that a lot of players, when they come to this arena, you've played there plenty of times, like you said, but having the cannon go off in a positive manner, you're probably used to it because you've played there enough, but is that now like something that you have to rewire your brain a little bit to go, oh yeah, no, that's good when that happens now? Yeah,
exactly. It's you're always kind of like shocked to hear it, and then you kind of get a little upset that you just heard it, and it just scared the crap out of you. So now there's different feelings towards it, but hopefully we can hear that thing go off quite a bit every game.
Well, Charlie, your next game is against the Colorado Avalanche, and obviously you played there for a little small period of time last year. You were traded there. Is there extra motivation when you play a former team that you was with?
I mean, whatever gets you ready for the game, I guess. Like you kind of, I don't think there's certain games where I'm like, I guess I'm kind of motivated, I guess. But like, if you can use it that way, then hey, then sure. You always want, you want to be wanted, right? So like a team trades you, and it's not the best feeling, but there's also a team on the other end that's like, hey, we want you. Like we think you're valuable, and so I don't know. I mean, I guess you can use it to your advantage if that's something you can do. I want to stick with these guys a little more because they traded me, but I enjoyed my time there, and but I like where I'm at right now, and of course I'm kind of going to treat it like any other game that we need 2 points, and I got to do whatever I can to get ready for that game. If that's saying, hey, I really want to beat these guys and a little extra motivation, well, I might throw it in the bag too.
Put them on the glass for me, Charlie. That's what I want to see. Put somebody on the glass.
Consider it done.
There we go. Charlie Coyle joining us, Jackets forward on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. You had a quote after the game on Monday night where you said, look, we didn't get the goals necessarily to go in, but the process is important. I'm paraphrasing what you said there, but elaborate on that, because you've been a part of a lot of winning teams over the years, and that measured approach, has that been something that you've seen on those teams that allows you to maybe have that success where, hey, we didn't get the puck to go in tonight, let's not retool and rechange everything, let's not doubt ourselves? Is that part of what helped on those teams you were a part of with the Bruins?
Yes, 100%, because a lot of times when maybe you do lose a game or two, but you feel like you're doing the right things. Good teams will stick on that and just trust it. Like sometimes you run into a hot goalie. Sometimes hockey's a weird sport and things just don't add up the right way. But more times than not, when you do the right details, you play the right way, and you just can't get that end result. Like maybe you fine tune some stuff, but for the most part, good. And because, some teams that aren't as experienced and, it's like, hey, we didn't win. Well, we got to change it up, or they try something else and they kind of get more away from that end result because they think they're not doing what they're supposed to. But I like the way we play for the most part. There is some fine tuning and things that we can work on within that. But for the most part, like I like where our game is heading, and I like the starts that we've had. And it's going to come, there's no doubt about it, but I like our compete and the way we work, and we could probably take a few less penalties and work some things out there, but we're right on track there. And again, we had some good practice time, especially today, to work on some things that the coaching staff feels we need to work on too, and come back and be ready to go for tomorrow.
Well, speaking of fine-tuning, one of the hot topics right now between the fan base is the power play, being able to score on the power play. What are some things that you've seen out there that y'all can tweak a little bit just to be more effective on power plays?
Well, you want to be, a lot of times I think, we're taught when we're younger, like we have one more guy than them out there, like simplify it, right? Like we can outwork them. So a lot of times I think people think you're on the power play and you can kind of like, you get a little loose, right? But it's like, no, we got to go work even harder and make sure we get the puck to retrieve it. And I always say possession over position. Like we have our positions that we want to get to and how to set up, but let's get possession first and make sure we recover that puck. And then usually you just simplify it. You can't always look for the perfect play, especially, I'm playing on the second unit right now. So sometimes you don't get a lot of time. So it's like, hey, let's make sure we get a body or two in front of the net. If the shooting lane is there, let's get the puck in and get it towards the cage so we can kind of bang one home and outnumber them at the net. So it's kind of just, I think, simplifying things sometimes when things aren't going your way. But we have so much skill and so many great players who can make the plays and capitalize on those opportunities when given a chance, because it can make or break a game most of the time. It's not the end all be all, but a lot of the times you win the special teams battle, you're probably you give yourself a good chance to win the game.
Jackets forward Charlie Coyle joining us on the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. We talked with Boone last week and kind of asked a similar question of him. And he said, hey, I'm not that old, right? Give me some credit. But you mentioned you played in the league for 14 years. You are now on a team with some younger forwards, some younger centers, obviously Adam Fantilli being one of them, who have, a lot of their future ahead of them and are obviously still developing. How much do you balance that competitive spirit in practice where you're like, hey, I'm trying to get as many minutes as possible, with also understanding organizationally how they want to bring these guys along? To what level do you kind of get into being a mentor versus competing with these guys?
Well, it's you're always kind of competing internally. I think that's what makes good teams good, because you have that little rivalry within it, and guys have to push each other. So that's the one thing is, and everyone wants to keep a job. You never know when you're going to be out of a job with all these skilled younger guys coming in.
By the way, radio's the same way, Charlie. We all are the same way in radio, where we're like, hey, I'm glad the young guys are here, but hey, I still want to keep my job. So I totally relate to that.
Exactly. So it doesn't matter where you are, what job you're doing. Like, there's always someone coming for it. So you want to push yourself to push your teammates, but at the same time, like, you want everyone to be able to play their best. And if there's experience that you have that you can share with people, yeah, no brainer. Like, you don't hold that stuff in. You share it and help a younger guy out, and because we want them to come up and play the best they can. And so that's something that me being one of the older guys in the team now, I have to bring and continue that leadership in that way. So that's so crucial to share those experiences and what I've gone through, being on good teams, maybe teams that could have been good and weren't as good, what we can learn from that. So that's something you definitely harp on and make sure we make that a staple to help everyone out.
Tyvis, what was your directive for Charlie tomorrow night against the Avs?
Put somebody on the glass.
There we go. Perfect.
That's all you can do.
That's all he was.
Scoring or anything, just on the glass and job well done.
That's right. A goal is good too. We'll take one of those too. Yeah. Charlie, we appreciate your time this morning. All right. We'll look forward to watching tomorrow night against the Avs.
Thanks a lot, guys.
There you go.
See you soon.
Yep, see you soon. Blue Jackets forward Charlie Coyle joining us in the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Of course, you can hear that game right here on The Fan tomorrow night. The buzzer when we get back. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, folks, we are still looking really busy on the roadways. Starting over on the east side, still have a crash on that I-270 southbound ramp to 670. So do expect some lane closures out there. Pretty slow moving. And we also have a new one coming into our system. The left shoulder is currently blocked on I-71 south at Sinclair Road over by Morse Road because of a crash and incident out there. Very heavy police presence this morning. So do be mindful and be extra cautious on the roads. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Away game this week, but that just means you can make the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus your home for Saturday football. Join the fan for the tailgate show and then party with us with the ultimate watch party. We have football contests with amazing prizes. There's wall-to-wall screens, ticket and memorabilia giveaways, and unbeatable game day food. Can't wait to see you at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook on Saturday. Must be 21 or older to enter. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
Now at Great Lakes Hyundai, lease a new 2026 Hyundai Tucson SE for just $189 a month. You heard it, $189. Plus get owner assurance and America's best warranty. 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. Only at Great Lakes Hyundai, Columbus or Dublin, or GLakesHyundai.com.
GLakesHyundai.com.
With approved credit, $39.95 down plus taxes, fees, first month payment, 10 miles per year, ends 11/3.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
5 words no one wants to hear. You need a new roof. What do you do? Who do you call? How are you going to pay for it? Hey, it's Timmy Hall, and these are all questions that run through people's minds when they hear those 5 words. But if you pick up the phone and call Victor's Home Solutions, your new roof will be the easiest, most hassle-free home improvement project you'll ever do. Victor's has thousands of 5-star ratings for both customer service and high-quality installation. Plus, they offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. And since no one wants to pay these high interest rates for a limited time, Victor's is offering 5-year, no-interest financing with minimum monthly payments for qualified buyers. So if you need a new roof, don't stress. Victor's Home Solutions has your back. It starts with a free 21-point roof inspection. It assesses the exact condition of your roof and what needs to be done next. Set up your inspection today. 866-VICTORS. That's 866-VICTORS or online at victors.com.
At Retail Rush, you can find name brand products at unbeatable prices. We source products from big box stores and auction them online starting at $5. Get up to 90% off retail prices on home decor, lawn and garden, and more. Bid now at retailrush.com.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED and low T can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 614-300-7400. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at columbusmensclinic.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor, but we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, low T, Peyronie's, size, and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic workouts and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 614-300-7400 or book in 30 seconds or less at columbusmensclinic.com. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
It's almost Football Friday. All play and no work.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football, the Fan. Tyvis Powell helped the Buckeyes win a national championship. T-Bone watched Tyvis Powell help the Buckeyes win a national championship. Equally important, you're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tomorrow, bright and early, 6:30, we will have Blue Jackets tickets for you against the Lightning Saturday. Of course, that's the 25th anniversary celebration. We'll have those tickets for you, like I said, bright and early, 6:30 in the morning. So get up with us, T-Bone and Tyvis, every weekday, 6 to 9 a.m. Next week, I'm told, we may even have a little Sonic Temple action to give away. Yeah.
Oh.
Get you in the mosh pit.
Little moshing going on. Is Bo going to go with me to the mosh pit?
That's a good question for Bo Bishop, who joins us now. Bo, are you into jumping in a mosh pit with me and Tyvis?
I've never gone, so we can do this together. We could just go jump in the mosh pit.
I think I'm good.
Bo.
I'm all right. I think I'll skip that.
You seem like a fiery guy.
Man, I'm 40, buddy.
It's people like T-Bone does it, and he's 40.
Now, what I do...
He's a young soul. He's a young soul. I'm an old
You're
soul.
only as old as you feel, right? That's what I say.
I feel like 76.
See, I go to those shows, and what I do is this is the pro move I do now. I stand on the edge of where all the chaos is.
Yeah.
So sometimes the chaos runs into me, but I'm not endangering, I'm not going to knock anyone over and get sued.
Off people.
They bounce off me. I don't bounce into them. So there's no lawsuit risk there as long as I'm the one getting hit. But it feels good to be next to the game. I'm not in the game anymore, but I'm next to it. So
I don't think I've been. The last concert, I went to Dave Matthews and Tim Reynolds at Blossom up in Northeast Ohio. Probably like 4 years ago. It was like the last concert I was at. So it was like an acoustic set. And I remember thinking why won't people sit down? That's how old I've gotten. So
that's an amphitheater, right? So it's you're out there, exactly. Just sit down and let us enjoy this.
The idea that I'd go to Sonic Temple to hear Guar and get beat up,
but you know who Guar is.
At least he knows who they are.
Yes,
Bo, I realized that you've gotten up there in age. When yesterday I was driving to Cleveland, but I listened to y'all show as I'm driving up to Cleveland, and you were telling a story about how your neighbor called the police on himself, and you said that you would do the same thing. I would never call the police on my kids if they was throwing a party. I'd just go down there and handle it.
Okay. So in a normal circumstance, yes. Buddy, have you seen the 90s cinematic classic House Party?
What's wrong with you?
I'm just curious if you've seen it.
What's wrong with you? Yes.
Do you know who they are?
Yes.
Kid and Play?
Yes.
You know those guys?
Yes, I do.
That's what we were dealing with. There were 200 cars on the street. There was no one man fixing anything.
You know what the problem with it is?
Man's got to know his limitations. He had hit his limitations, and he said, all right, Jesus, take the wheel. Get me the police.
Bo, you know what I would have did? Do you know what I would have did if my daughters threw that type of a banger?
What's that?
I'd have went down there and hit a dance move in the middle of the floor. You got to just join in at that point.
No, you would not have, because I know you, and I know that you do not consume alcohol.
That's true. That wouldn't be going on if this is high school.
Oh, yeah.
No. No, we ain't doing no.
I mean,
no.
Tyvis, you won't be one of those parents that when your kids are 16, they're like, hey, well, just have a beer with me. That's fine. Just give them a beer.
Yeah, no, lemonade.
That happens.
That happens. You're right.
What are we doing? What are we doing? No, that's too far.
I just think nobody wants to parent anymore.
I think there's a little of that. I think there's a little of that.
Everybody's buddy.
By the way, changing topics completely, but I was just reminded of what it's like to work at the place we work, where I go out into the hallway and I see, just randomly here, is Clark Kellogg.
Right.
As a Buckeye legend, obviously, basketball icon, just sitting there because he's going to join you guys, at 9:20?
Yeah, 9:18, 9:20. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, he's... So I always say this. I think Ohio State, Buckeye Nation, is so lucky that our legends are the best guys. Archie is the best guy. Clark is the best guy. And you're lucky that not everybody has it. Not everybody's legends are the best guys, but ours are. And the fact that those guys have been in this town as long as they have and have been the ambassadors for Ohio State the way that they have, it's an incredible blessing to have them. And Clark's as cool a guy as you're going to find.
Well, I also thought it was weird because Timmy Hall was here, and I thought, why is Tim here this early? And then I saw Clark Kellogg, so I'm like, well, that's why, because he's here to see Clark, so that's right. It's a good move.
Yeah, he's the best.
But where are you at on the Cincinnati's all white with the white helmet uniforms? Where you at with that? Bone hates them.
I didn't say I hate them. I just said I don't necessarily need them, is all I'm saying. They're not.
Yeah, I think it was one of the. I think sometimes you do those things, especially at the NFL. I think you do some of that's one for them. That's one for the fans. I remember talking to a longtime Bengals fan about it, and they're like, I guess it was something the Bengals fans wanted for the longest time. was the white Bengal thing. So it was kind of like, okay, here you go. Here's your white Bengal. I don't mind it as a once-off. I actually think it looks really clean when they wear it with the normal hat. The orange one with the all white, I think, is pretty clean. I don't mind it as a one-off. I thought the Browns one looked pretty good on the field with the all brown. I thought that one looked pretty cool because they went so dark. So I don't mind it as a one-off as long as it's not a regular thing. You watch the Falcons on Monday night though, and you go, how do you not just wear that all the time?
Oh, with that logo, the logo they had at midfield too, with the simplistic. That was why not?
It's one of the I get a lot of things wrong. I'm happily to admit it, but I was curious. Like, are all of those old NFL uniforms when they wear them? Is that just nostalgia? Because nostalgia is so powerful. I don't think it is. I just think they were awesome.
Oh, I've seen multiple people saying, "Why aren't these the uniforms?" That the Bucs Seahawks game, where both the Ohio State guys went off at wide receiver in that game, they were both in the old unis, and it looked better than anything they've ever put on the field since then. So.
It did, but here's the crazy thing. I'm old enough to remember when those uniforms were the uniform, and it wasn't like anybody thought they were cool.
No. The Steve Largents with the Seahawks.
No, right. We weren't like, oh, the Seahawks have the coolest uniforms or the Bucs have the coolest uniforms.
You're right.
But now we're so used to the color palettes that we get that when you get a splash of color like that, it really pops.
Well, you guys have a lot to talk about with Clark Kellogg. What else you guys have coming up on the show today?
Well, it's a First Friday miracle. So you got a little, we'll do that at the end. You got a little, hey, guys, in the process. Jake Trotter and I will talk about the Penn State. He's a big Penn State guy, you know, Tyvis. So
it's over.
We'll have him eat a little crow.
Tell him to get ready for the roulade and Dylan Raiola era.
He's bringing Dylan with him?
Yes, he is.
Yeah. Do you think that Penn State's a better job than Indiana right now?
Oh, that's a good question.
Within states, with Indiana's the way they're bought in on NIL.
I don't. When you talk about that, do they have to still split the revenue sharing with the basketball team, and do their basketball team get a good portion of that?
I have no idea how it works.
If that's the case, because I feel like it is. If that's the case, Penn State's the better job.
But it feels like there was a story last weekend about how Indiana's doing this part of it, and like Cuban's involved with the collective, and it's like, oh, we can be good at football. Okay, I'm in. Let's be good at football.
Yeah.
So when you have people motivated like that goes a long way.
I'm just telling you, keep an eye out for Eli Drinkwitz bringing Bo Prabula back to Happy Valley. That's a possibility.
Just
I'm putting it in play. There you go. All right, Bishop and Friends coming up 9 to noon with Clark Kellogg at 9:20. Thanks, Bo. We appreciate it.
All right, boys. See ya.
Shove it down your throat.
It's time for the buzzer.
Sponsored by Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems. Find your local Bryant Heating and Cooling dealer at Bryant.com.
Brent Venables, Oklahoma's coach. They just lost to Texas. He was asked about this, and he gave a little excuse. He said, hey, this isn't the old Big 12 days where Oklahoma just destroys everybody every single week except for one game of the year. It's tough because they're playing in the SEC now. Big 12 Conference tweeted back at him and said, Coach Venables lost 8 conference games in his 2 seasons in the Big 12. Emotional damage, my friend. When you get clapped back by a Big 12 Conference account, it's over. Sorry. All cool points are gone for Brent Venables.
Whoever runs that account needs a raise.
They woke up and chose violence, and I am very much here for that. I'm also here for Bishop and Friends. They are up next. We will see you guys tomorrow. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, it's not looking any better for our drivers in Plain City. We have a crash on 33 in that eastbound direction right before Post Road. We now know all lanes are completely closed in this area after 4 cars were involved in this crash here. So the detour, definitely get off 33 if you can. Take 42 all the way down towards 161. Take that more in that eastbound direction. That gets you back onto 33 eastbound towards Dublin this morning.